tapestry grand, unraveling mysteries hand in hand, sailing the waves beyond the stars they soar, forever seeking more and more. Explorers at heart with whimsy and glee, the Wanderpus crew set their spirits free in pursuit of good with chaos untamed, to find a new place to make their names. Wanderpus, their hearts entwined, sailing through memories left behind, stitching the bonds that forever tie, sailing to where the sea meets the sky. Luminaries' minds, curious and bright, they explore the unknown and seek the light. With every text and book unfurled, more is understood of this new world. Wanderpus, their hearts entwined, sailing through memories left behind, stitching the bonds that forever tie, sailing to where the sea meets the sky. Seen God steadfast against the tide, protecting the land they stand with pride, rising up from the city walls, keeping the rest safe through it all. Mysticians with their gift for spell, in the threads of magic they weave and dwell, observing the universe's hidden seams, propelling the crew to their hopes and dreams. Wanderpus, their hearts entwined, sailing through memories left behind, stitching the bonds that forever tie, sailing to where the sea meets the sky. Wanderpus, their hearts entwined, sailing through memories left behind, stitching the bonds that forever tie, sailing to where the sea meets the sky.
Alright, hello everyone. Today's the big one. Today is episode 6 of Good Life. We are going to Dendroid. We're gonna do some fucking robot fighting situation. We're gonna see Fish Tinger like trying to sell their new product. And I guess we'll just see how this all goes. But real quick, we do have 3 cards that you might have seen them in the beginning thing. We have Enlist, we have what's this one? I forgot what this one's called. We have Side Quest, Enlist, and we have yeah, you did give me that thing. Sorry, one second. We have Enlist, which allows you to nominate an NPC for joining the crew. We will vote on this towards the end of October. But like any NPC that like you can nominate whatever you want, whoever you want, but some of them are just not gonna work because some of them have no interest in joining the crew. Then we have Side Quest. Now November, the reason that these are all NPC is November is strongly NPC focused storylines. I want to see who you guys are interested in. Like we've been like, where do you guys want to go? I want to see who you guys want to go hang out with. And Side Quest is like a game is centered on an NPC of your choice, and like that one's not like you don't have to nominate them or anything. You get that card, you choose which NPC you want, and we hang out with them. And then we have NPC MCE. Like we create a game centered around the NPC of your choice, and they will get custom artwork for that character, and we will talk with you about what that artwork looks like and how we think that character looks. And that is those ideas. And like if you get multiple enlists, you can nominate multiple NPCs, but you can only nominate an NPC once. Somebody else can nominate that NPC, and it's kind of like a vote. Like we'll bump that up to be more likely. So that's the idea. And we want to thank you all for like joining us on like the way that we've been treating the game recently, with a month's arc being just like a thing. Like we destroyed Dyad, but that was an entire month's arc. And then we went to the Masquerade, and that was an entire month's arc. And now we are currently like dealing with Reputation and the election around Silver Thimble, and that's this month's arc. And we know Spooky Season is next month's, but now we're actually... Oh yeah, okay, so the premise of next month, because all the countdown cards are going, we're going to hell. Like hardcore. All of us. All of those games. Every single one of those games in October is set in hell. You don't know why we're there, why we're going there yet, but so far, every game that has been like, with the exception of like some people's like first choice wouldn't work, but the second choice works perfectly. We're going to hell. We're gonna play spooky games there. Some of them will be in like Sonnery, but that's next door to hell. Hell is in Sonnery. I don't know if we made that clear enough for everybody. But yeah, Kole, like Royce will be comfortable there. Pim will be fine there. Some other characters.
Every game.
Oh, just every game. But like so, and like yeah, I'll say that here too. Kole here has Tsoki wants to play Mouse Guard. That's great. I know exactly what game that's gonna be. Except for I'm not DMing that one. Kole offered to DM Tomb Squad playing Mouse Guard. So that's what that game is. And so yeah. Let's get to this game. Because we got 8 people here and they're all gonna be like doing robot shit. Alright, everybody. Did Streamloops break? There's so many people on the screen. Alright, everybody. So we've got Pim, played by Keri.
Oh, hi!
Squad. We got Royce, played by Kole.
Hello, hello.
Got Lore, played by Esmie.
Oh, hi!
Leo, played by Leo.
Good to see you all.
We got Howl, played by... Is it Lancer or... just Lancer. Zero Lancer, that's what it is.
I'm never gonna tell you because I enjoy this. Hi, everyone.
Thank God. I'm just glad everybody wants to make it awkward for me. We got Flynn, played by Flynn.
Y'all ready for some robot fights?
I hope so. We got Tsoki, played by Not Forgiven.
I am ready for some robot fights.
Excellent. And we got Adli, played by Starless.
Hi, I'm here, I guess.
So this one, because we're going south, we don't have to worry about like crossing Hymnal's path. We're just taking the airship, and you guys have learned how to like. Laura has multiple times taken the airship down this way, so we're good. We don't have to make a roll for it.
We don't have to sacrifice another crabber.
Yeah, I mean, unless we want to. Are we going straight down the Whale Falls, or are we going down like the mountainside? We can go up towards Keening if we want to, if we want to antagonize the crabs. I'm not saying it's a good idea or a bad idea. I lied. It's probably a bad idea.
Yeah, no. I don't think we have another crabber that can be sacrificed to the crabs as he slowly builds his plot for revenge.
Crab has just become like a standard pet. Okay, hold on. Let me get these tokens over here. Alright, so for this game, it's not like, not for all of it, but to fit the art style of this game, like, the tokens are going to be like watercolored because that's how like Dendroid looks. So I'm going to put them on the screen right now. You guys tell me which one is the forklift you want to... Which one of these do you consider your forklift? I like this one because it has bunny ears, and I like this one because it has bunny ears, but I like this one because it's Chonky Boy. But all of them have to look the same except for, like, Tsoki, Pim, and Lore. Which one do you guys think is the mass-produced one?
Well, Well, it's got to be one of the ones with bunny ears because that's kind of iconic for when we have the airship transformed. Like, it's the iconic pink. It's got bunny ears.
Kind of like the one all the way to the right.
Okay. Let's get out of here, you two. We don't like you. Not quite off screen. Yeah, there you go. Alright, so I will put this. So this is what you guys' forklifts look like right now for today's game. Then we'll get it. Alright. So you guys all arrive at Dendroid for the first time. Oh yeah, let me show it on the map first. This is Dendroid. Don't know if you guys know this. Dendroid means looking like a tree. Like things that look like trees but aren't trees. That's what Dendroid means. And as you guys arrive, you will see they have made, like, the squirrels in this area have made almost tree houses out of scrap metal. And in Hammerpaw, everything is clean and neat and tidy. And in Happenstance, everything is clean and neat, and they keep the streets clean, and like they're not you don't have to worry about stepping on scrap. In Dendroid, you guys will see like children popping out of car windows and like trunks of like old scrap cars and like chasing down like rats and stuff, like fantasy rats, whatever they are, around the area. And the streets are just lined with scrap metal. Like literally, like you are walking on streets instead of paved. They just put sheet metal down and called it good enough.
Kim is in absolute heaven. A, there's tree houses. She grew up in a tree house. B, she is constantly looking around thinking of all the things she could build with this shit.
Very, yeah, for sure. And you guys, there's a feeling of excitement here. Like there are people running around. Like you guys see like people with not like legitimate forklifts, but like dollies and stuff with like you see robots being wheeled around. And I think Tsoki, familiar face for you, one of the squirrels that has made fun of you in the past, is currently like wheeling his robot across, and he's just like, "Oh, look at you!" And I will just say it right now: all of you are significantly cleaner and more put together than anybody in this town. Like they are all just like covered in grime and dirt, and like hands just stained with rust. And it's just like, what all did you all bring? You got, and like, he's smaller than Tsoki, I think, but he still does the thing where he puts his hands on his knees. He's like, did y'all bring yourselves a little robot? You bring your toys over here? And like, they hold up a little like plushie of Vatna that he dropped out of the thing. That is like literally, they just like, look at it. And you start to see those plushies hanging around the town being like, stapled to things, and they have used them as target practice for like throwing knives into and stuff.
That's rude.
Littering's rude. Whoever dropped all these things on our city is rude. It's like, you think we can build anything out of this? Drop us something useful next time. And he like spits on the ground.
Feisty. I like him.
Is
It's
this
just
one
like
Flint or Tim?
This one's Flynn.
Okay.
And like he looks at Pam. He's just like, oh, and he, like you see him like wipe off his hand on his overalls. He's just like, Flint, nice to meet you. And he will put his hand out to shake.
All right. If he's willing to shake a hand, Leo wouldn't mind shaking his hand. Leo Levin, sir. Nice to meet you.
How calloused is Leo's hands? Are Leo's hands?
I mean, he does do a lot of work, and you've seen him fight and train very often. So I would say it's gotten some wear and tear compared to what you would expect.
You should, he as he shakes the hand, he raises an eyebrow. He's like, all right, even you little guys. All right. And he's smaller than Leo. I think he's probably smaller than all of you. I think he's probably 2.5 feet tall. Who's wearing the forklift right now? Of all of you, are any of you in them? Or are you guys gonna put them on before the show? If you're gonna wear them at all.
I would say that the suit that him and Lore are using has enough automation in it that it can just follow us around without us being in it. So it's out.
And he looks up at it and gives a low whistle. I can't do a low whistle because it always just sounds like I'm breathing out. So just imagine it, please. It's just would you look at that? And he's calls over, he's like, Tin, look at this thing. And coming over, first thing you see is the robot that Tin is remote controlling, but Tin is sitting on its head. And this is their robot.
Him.
Oh,
Was adorable.
cute.
It's so cute.
I got bad news for anybody that thinks these mechs are gonna be fucking straight out of Gundam. They are all this adorable. Every single one of them.
So adorable. I can't.
I love it.
Adorable murder machines.
I need him tattooed on my body.
Yeah. So you see Tin on his head is just where's your controller?
We are the controller.
What do you mean you don't need one?
It follows me. It's connected to my communicator.
Hold on. Is it legal to compete? And you see Flint reaching to the fact that Flint is in a game with Flynn is going to be tricky for me. He reaches in his back and he pulls out what looks like it's as thick as a telephone book, but he's got it folded in half and tucked down the back of his pants, and it just says the rules, because that's a good joke. And he starts flipping through it, and he's just no, that's okay. Yeah, all right, but you control it though?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. This isn't an automaton. We don't allow automatons in the contest.
Nope, it's just smart enough to follow me so I don't have to drag it everywhere. All that stuff gets disconnected, and then we drive it. And I point over to Lore. It's my co-pilot.
You guys see Tin. Tin has basically a fucking what was that game? What was it? It's not Mech Warrior, but we were just talking about this the other day. Not Hawken. What was the game that came with the ridiculous controller? It's for Xbox.
You know how little that narrows it down?
Right.
Original Xbox.
I think it was a mech game that came with a huge controller, and it was a really cool controller. Fuck, I can't Google this right now. Get lost.
Steel Battalion.
Steel Battalion. So yeah, he's dealing with basically a Steel Battalion controller, and it's huge. It sits across his lap. It would take an entire table, if he wasn't sitting down to do it. It's his controller is elaborate, and he's well, what kind of weapons you got on that thing? What can it do?
Well, it's got a lot of guns, I can tell you that for sure.
They look back and forth at each other, Flint and Tin. They're like, guns. Yep. You can tell they're from up north. Everybody thinks you need guns. And he's just like, he presses a button that we can't see it because you're all shorter than them right now, but it definitely just says flex. And then mech leans forward and just like flexes, and you see like airbags that they took out of cars go expand and make it look like it has a lot of muscles.
That is adorable.
Oh, that's really fun.
Oh, don't get me wrong. This thing can pack a wallop too.
It's just
him
like,
just
yeah,
kinda
but can it do
slaps it.
this? And it presses another button, and one hand goes to its hip, and the other one shoots up like it's disco dancing.
Actually, yes. The rest of our suits that we wear, we drive them from inside, so we can dance. We just make them dance ourselves. We don't need a controller for that.
Howl, Leo, and Royce and Tsoki and Flynn. Can you all make me 20-siders? Give me 20-sided rolls.
Sure.
If you wish.
That's a lot of 20-siders.
It's a lot of 20-siders.
Gonna try and roll. I rolled okay. It was
14,
mad.
11, 14, 11, 2, 11, 9.
Yeah. The 14 and the 11 are in the both 11s and the 14 I'm gonna take. Tsoki, Howl, and Royce. What part of the machine are you guys looking at? Because I will tell you something about the way that the machines work here. Like, I imagine Howl might be looking at weapons, but I don't want to like take agency away.
The only thing that Howl understands about these things, not being forklift certified, would be the weapons. So I'm absolutely grilling this thing, trying to see what the deal is.
You can tell that despite both hands looking very similar, the one on the right does have it does fire off of it. Like, he can clearly use this to fire. Also, on just a standard scale, this thing is much larger and does seem to have significantly more horsepower than, say, you guys' forklift. Like, your forklifts are strong, but they are just exosuits. This thing doesn't worry about its pilot inside getting hurt. So it can do much more, but will destroy itself over time. Royce and Tsoki, what parts of it are you two looking at?
I'm interested in the overall construction and structure of the robot.
Alright, so construction-wise, it is made out of scrap metal that is clearly all around this place. So when it comes to these robots and when it comes to these mechs, it is better to think Warhammer than it is to think futuristic. This stuff is made out of parts that were never designed to do this, but they don't know what those parts were originally designed to do. So they're really just mashing things together and hoping that it works. And sometimes it does, which is how they do it. So this isn't super sci-fi. These are very... If they had the materials to make a robot in the 1930s, this is probably what it would look like in my head.
They're hot rods.
Yeah, exactly. They it's very Grease Lightning, very just that. Oh, we can there's a wheel here, I guess. It moves. They don't know how the car worked originally, but they know what shape it was in. So they just assume that it works. And it does. I'm actually more thinking the Mechanicus, I think is what they're called.
Adeptus Mechanicus.
Yes, Adeptus Mechanicus is more than orcs, because orcs is faith. This is science, but them working backwards from what they had.
Reverse engineering.
Yeah, it's reverse engineering, but it's they can't get close to what it is. Because like this dump used to be a cyberpunk city before, you know, everything came crashing down. Yeah, that's the Imperial. Folk song is like, you guys, it works, you don't know why it works. This place is, it works because they have figured out some of it, but they don't know what it was supposed to do originally. There are definitely nuclear engines in some of these things, and they don't know the threat, you know?
Safe.
That was gonna be my question, was what was powering these things?
Oh, so absolutely they have, like, some of them have the stolen solar things off of, the giant robots that wander around the scrapyard. But most of them they run on oil and, like, gasoline that they have scavenged throughout the area. Very Mad Max style. Like, there's big-ass diesel engines in some of them. I think this guy has, like, one of those big-ass diesel engines, and when he starts going, like, when he flexes, it's just, like, clouds of exhaust. And it's just, like, then they're like, okay, what events you guys signing up for so we know which ones to look out for you in?
What are our options?
Like, he flips through the rules, and he's just like, all right, you got shot put, you got weightlifting, we got really, like, this one's new for this year. We have pit crew race, where you show how fast you can dismantle and reconstruct your mech. Very excited about that one. And it's just like, as he's like scrolling through it, and it's just like, what do you guys think the events are? What events are in this place?
Don't a lot of what's it called? Obstacle course.
Sure, we can have an obstacle course.
Yeah, I was thinking something along the lines of like an agility test, like basically a parkour course.
Really show off the stuff we got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Parkour course.
So it's like, yes, the parkour. We have that. We are doing it in a tag style. So somebody's gonna chase somebody else through an obstacle course.
Ooh.
Best 2 of 3.
That sounds like fun.
Just professional tag right there.
It's professional tag. It's just like, also we have the professional slap fight.
Interesting.
But we've got 4 hands to slap with.
Any other events?
Probably marksmanship.
Yeah, guns.
Oh,
Gotta
yeah.
use these guns.
Yeah.
Like, you see both Flynn and Tin look at each other. Fucking gun competitions. Northerners. You're so silly with your shiny outfits and Flint. Flint walks up and like flicks Tsoki's communicator. She's like, "What's this? What's this do?"
Flynn's gonna.
I was gonna say, I'm just gonna go into like the full technical explanation of it. And I don't exactly know, me the player, I don't fully understand what what the communicators do, but it like channels magic, right?
Yeah, it channels magic. This guy shows up. It's like, bah, bah, bah. A lot of the people here are gonna dress like hobos, but that's not because they're poor. That's just their fashion.
It's just because they're adorable.
I like his hat.
Oh, it's
I too like his hat.
adorable.
It's a very nice hat.
He shows up and he's just like, "Stop grilling the gas! Stop grilling the gas!" He's just like, "Fish Tinger, I'm looking for Fish Tinger. I have everyone's badges and."
That's us right here.
Excellent. So he starts handing out like he's just like, I'm Gray Steel. Nice to meet you.
I'm Pim, and this is Lore. We are the co-owners and founders of Fishtinger.
He's like, excellent. Here are your wristbands, and he drops into your hand, and I don't know what they're called because I'm terrible, but you guys know the little like things that you use to ring like something, like it's a little metal band that they use to like cinch things up, and you tighten like a screw on it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Like,
I can't think of what that's called either. Like some sort of bracket thing. I don't even know.
these are your wristbands for this event. They have clearly been pulled out of the scrapyard, but they each have like a little like thing that's just a little squirrel paw giving a thumbs up that says you can be here.
That's adorable.
It's like, excellent. Do you need help loading or unloading any of your goods? We have many people to help.
Well, we can get ours in there by ourselves. Do you guys need any help?
Well,
No.
what do you think? No. I didn't think we did.
Royce just shoulder carrying 2 fucking forklifts. Just like, don't worry about it.
This is a light workout.
Show off.
He's just like, excellent. Alright. Tin and Flint are just like, we'll see you in there. We're competing in the weightlifting specifically, as like you do see their robot flex again. This time it's really doing the bodybuilding thing where they put their both hands down and like show off their fucking like back muscles.
Is it
Which are
magic?
also deploying airbags.
That is adorable.
I'm gonna roll to see if one of them blow up though.
I was just gonna say.
Oh.
It does not. If anything, they're more impressive.
That's so cool.
On the back it says, like, they painted on there, like, Sia Scrubs or something.
They didn't even paint it on. It was just what was on the airbag before. It's like, wow. Somebody was really invested in their safety.
I really want to climb everything here.
I mean, you could for a little bit, but then we gotta probably get
No,
a move on.
no, I'll get distracted.
These are people's homes.
Yeah, don't
Oh.
If there was
don't
if there
go
was an
roof
event, yes, but otherwise no.
don't go roof hopping. We're guests here.
If you're interested in climbing something, it sounds like there's an obstacle course you can get yourself into.
Oh.
You want to do that, or you want to do the slap fight, as they put it?
Obstacle course sounds better than fighting to me right now.
We can leave that to Lauren Pym then, if that's what they're doing.
This is the arena that they have set up. It is very recently built. All of our engineers can immediately see on site. That's not up to OSHA standards. It
I approve.
looks like it might be. It's being held together with spit and wishes.
Unsafe in every form of the word.
Nah,
Oh, boy.
it's fine.
Looks
Totally
fun.
Fine. I mean, we could.
that's an
introduce
arena with
duct
some
tape
chest
and
hair.
dreams, which is a little bit more sturdy. But
Duct
Yeah,
tape
this
and
is like-
dreams.
Burning Man rules of laws and safety.
It's
first
safe.
rules have
it's
fun.
Safe. It's safe, says an old squirrel, like walking by. Like, I built it myself. Parts of it. I built that part. As like one of the like piece of sheet metal fall off and hit the ground, clanging. I meant that part, and he points a different direction.
Oh yeah. When was that originally?
2 days ago.
Oh, all right.
Well,
It's held together longer than we thought.
well, that's something. Well, first off, nice to meet you, sir. May we get a name? If
Oh,
that's all right.
absolutely. And he like rubs his hand across his chest, like to get his like paw clean. He puts his paw out. And he's just like, I'm Alloy.
But pleasure to meet you, Howl. Leo Levin, sir. And
Nice to meet you. I was like, oh, quite a grip on this little bunny fella. I heard you guys were weak from the north. Heard you guys were, little soft, little wet around the ears.
Well, stories are always changed to fit the teller. Much better to see those in person, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. And I see all these nice pressed uniforms. He like tugs at Leo's jacket a little bit and just like all fit in. No hat, no hats to be seen. Oh, he looks at Laura. He's just like, that's a person I can trust.
Most hats don't fit me.
You can make new hats, right? Like we're not stuck in one form of hat. This used to be a can that said coffee. Not sure what that is.
Coffee.
That look is Tsoki.
Tsoki's gonna die here.
No, it's okay.
You all know what
Lore
this.
Lore brought the emergency coffee.
Oh,
boy.
Please
like,
refrain from feeding the locals.
It's a food?
More of a drink.
It's a drink.
It's a drink?
Yeah.
I mean, you can eat it.
I thought it was gonna be like nails or something. That's what we put in them most of the time, but I made it into a hat as he pulls off his hat, and it's definitely like, you can't sue me Folgers, but it's a jar, like it's a Folgers can.
Legally distinct Folgers, people.
Legally distinct Folgers.
It's Flodgers.
It's definitely Flodgers. It's just like, you guys got time. Like, there's some time. You signed up for your events yet?
Not yet, but we're about to.
I'll show you. I'll get cut the line if you can, like, maybe show me some of this coffee. Like, I would just love a taste. I've been thinking about it for years.
Don't act like
It
it's a drug,
starts off
please.
with a taste.
Lore
The
pulls out a
smell
thermos.
gets you first.
Laura pulls out a thermos. Awesome. I was really hoping it was going to be a French press situation, but a thermos is fine.
I don't know. See, the thermos is for the stuff that's already made. The French press is for when we need to make more. We
Absolutely.
can't give away
And then
all of
it's-
the secrets.
And then there's a French press that's built into your Mac, just on the inside.
Gotta keep it powered somehow.
Emergency
It must
coffee.
count somehow.
It's just like, oh,
But Laurel takes the cap off of the thermos and pours him a little cup.
Alloy comes up and he's just like, oh, this is.
Now careful though. It can be pretty bitter.
That's a smell.
But it's,
That's a smell.
oh yeah, but it's real good. You can add sugar or milk to it or cream.
Like, I'm not much of a centipede guy. Like, do you have to? You gotta
add
put
alcohol
No,
to
you
it.
don't have to.
Okay. All right. So he definitely does. Like, I think he's gonna. I'm rolling for it. Let's see how much coffee works on him. Yeah. He's fucking gone.
So
And,
he's
like,
we're so alike, you and I.
He definitely
really
does
are
that
making
cartoon moment. Like, have you guys ever seen Five Goes West when they like give him the evil eye? That is the scene that is happening with this squirrel. Like, one of his eyes is just fucking bugging out. And like, that goes on for like, you're not 100% sure he's not having a seizure for a second. And then he like snaps back and he's just like, okay, this is delightful. I would like more if we could set up some kind of trade situation. I think that we could have a really good conversation about that. But anyway, I promised to sign you guys up. Let's go this way. Follow me. And like, he's taking you around a side entrance to this place. You all, no need to roll, but you all will get to see a little bit about like what's going on in this town. So go ahead and ask me whatever questions that you want, and I will answer them honestly as he is like leading you to signing up for your events.
Do we go from top to bottom on the like list on the screen?
Sure, if you guys want to do it that way, that makes sense to me.
Well, sir, How long have you guys been holding these robot games?
Oh, I believe they started the first time we took down one of those big ones out there. And it's just like they're real big, they're real scary, and everybody thought it was imposing. And then like we managed to take one down, and by the Not Forgiven, we started building ourselves upwards. Like turns out, they don't attack structures built up like this. And as long as you're inside one of our like beautifully designed, and I think I'm gonna go over here so you guys can see what more of their town looks like. It's like that's why we build them tall. We think they're scared of them. For the record, God, it's just like we keep it pretty nice here. Like, gotta keep all the scrap nice and low for everybody, though. They come in once in a while. We'll take them down if we can, and then build more robots. But ever since the first day that we took one down, started holding these festivals once a year.
Well,
Like,
this
no-
is right
mo-
up my alley. I'm excited to be here.
Most people show up for the robot combat, but let me tell you, I'm here every year for the weightlifting contest. It's amazing to see what the machines can do.
Shit.
Yeah, the machines, they're amazing. Like, they're so strong. Like, I saw one of them, like, rip steel doors right off, like, fully solid barricaded doors, just instantly rip them off with no problem. I mean, like, one of them blew, like, the hydraulics in the process, but still.
Couldn't be me.
At least they were able.
I like a little confidence, sir, but I think the robots are a little bit tougher than, well, I mean, you are pretty jacked.
You should shake his hand.
Don't do it.
Alloy's just like, oh no, in my day, I was prime, and he rolls up his sleeve and like puts his arm on a old rusty like metal barrel, and like lines himself up to arm wrestle Royce.
Oh no.
Well,
Please don't.
Here we go.
Please don't obliterate this man's arm.
Oh man, I don't know. It might be
Well,
an off day for me.
Well, don't take Alloy lightly. That's
Make it
that's-
explode.
Oh shit, that's the guy right there, says Alloy, like looking at Howl. Make it explode. He's just like, you see him reach into like some bags, and he sets down two what can only be described as landmines,
God.
like where you guys' hands would like
Oh, God.
Flynn just backs up. Nope.
Howl's eyes are lighting up right
You
now.
son of
I'm
a bitch,
so
I'm
in
in.
on this.
I was like, oh, make it interesting, don't you?
Here we go.
Pim's ears are flailing around in excitement.
Just, no. That's okay. Nope.
Oh, hello, Flynn. Just keeping your distance.
Step up
well.
to the challenge.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, boss?
Laura just pours
Hi.
another cup of coffee and starts drinking it.
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh, he's just like, oh, sorry, I would just like to. He walks up and he takes the cup from Laura and takes a couple sips. Just you know, I'm parched. I'm parched. I don't want to go into this, and like I'm a little parched. He's just, but that's okay. And he's like slams his elbow down and he stares fucking daggers at Royce, and he's just like, all right, let's go, dwarf. You and your
Alright,
silver
calm down,
mines.
Sit down. All right, let's go.
Okay. All right. So there are most certainly landmines set where you guys' hands will land. Like, so the very, very
Yeah.
small explosions, like small
Hey there,
charges,
Adli.
I think
You
Howl
wanna
will be
go
able to
hang
see.
out over here with us, very quick.
I'm thinking like somewhere between like an M80 and one of those really sparkly fireworks.
It's fine. B can fix me up. Worst case.
Best case scenario, we lose Alloy.
Yeah.
All right, let roll against me here, Kole. Let's just do it. So you are trying to beat a 19.
Wow.
Oh,
that
To be
coffee.
fair, Royce, you get to roll twice and take the highest for sure.
But I don't know, at 19 is whew.
Yeah. That was
11 and 2.
11 and 2. So yeah,
19.
I think he's just. I think, for lack of a better word, this dude's squirrely.
deceptive.
And like as you like locked hands, he got you in a grip that's like cheating, and he squeezed your fingers in just the right way to make you like flinch for a second, and then he slams the hand immediately.
Oh.
Before like, and there was no like 3, 2, 1 go situation. And then like as it like the explosion, it doesn't cause you any like real harm. Like the back of your hand's a little singed. He's like, oh, I got you. This old man still got it. And he's just like doing a little dance. And he's just like, come on, come on, come on. And he's just like, it's all fair. He's like, I do like your mustache though. And he like reaches into his pack. And he's just like, I can't read this. And nobody in Dendroid can read the writing that is on everything. So you guys will see like stop signs, but they're not used to make people stop.
Mm-hmm.
Like they are usually like used for like to get somebody's attention, but not to have them stop, but like wave them forward and stuff like that. Like he doesn't know what a coffee can is. And I'm not saying that you guys can't. Lore can read all of this stuff as long as she pulls her phone up. Like to like Google Translate this stuff.
Hmm.
And it's just like, I'll give you a consolation prize. Nobody leaves empty-handed. And he pulls out what looks like a tube of toothpaste, but it just has a big mustache on it, and it's mustache wax.
Nice.
He's just like, I can't grow one myself. Like, I'm already just too beautiful. But you can have this. And he like drops the mustache wax on the barrel. He's just like, oh, this drink is really nice, guys. Did you get, when you drink it, do you get that? Does this happen to you? As like his like eyes are bugging out and he's really excited. And he's like starts skipping. Let's go. Come on, guys.
If only I could relive my first time.
He's just like, I bet, it's like, I've been thinking, like, and like, you talking about the sugar, you talking about the cream. I don't truck with centipedes. We don't understand that. As this is still as you guys are walking towards like the back entrance that he's trying to like get you guys in. He's like, but I think I can come up with some improvements on this. Like, what if it's more concentrated? Like, what does this drink look like before? Where does this drink come from? Do you squeeze it from a fruit?
Kinda.
Laura's gonna hit a little hatch on her and Pim's mech. It'll open up and she'll pull out a bag of coffee beans.
He's like, he puts his hands out. He's like, may I try some? Just in the natural state. What if the natural state is better?
He'll give him one.
He pops it into his mouth immediately and just starts crunching. He's like, not the easiest chew, is it?
No, that's usually why you grind them down and put them in water. Technically, that also helps to activate the chemical that's in it. So I guess if you wanted to concentrate, technically what you could do is spin most of that down, take the concentrated chemical and put that into a different drink, something that would be much easier for you to drink quickly.
Yeah, that does sound like drinking. Like I am on board with the getting it down quicker. It's just like, and he is going to start trying to sell just straight coffee beans in the future. For the record, the entire town is going to be eating coffee beans as a snack.
Chocolate covered coffee beans.
Oh, no, Laura's gonna be like, wait a minute. Reach into her bag where she keeps her stash of chocolate covered coffee beans. She'll be like, try one of these.
Oh. And like,
You're gonna ruin
I have
it
no
forever.
idea if squirrels can eat chocolate, but like, I also don't. I do know squirrels can have caffeine because I have given squirrels caffeine in the past.
Anything can eat chocolate
Also, this
at least
is a fantasy world.
Anything can eat chocolate at least once for sure.
Also, this is also, like Laura said, this is a fantasy world. So
This is fantasy. Yep.
Who knows? Maybe
Also,
they're
at least I didn't accidentally invent energy drinks.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is
he
technically
fucking
the one, but yes.
loves this chocolate-covered coffee bean, though. This guy is in it. He's just like, oh. It is like,
Just
we need
automatically.
It's like, are you all here, like, for negotiations? You, like, Fish Tinger, I see, like, we've heard of Fish Tinger before in the past. Of course we have. Like, you guys build, like, robots. We build robots. What's what we do? Like, of course we know about you all. And, like, of course we've heard of Pim and Lauren. Some of us have to, like, play a little bit core. And, of course, we've heard of, like, the famed member of Tomb Squad and, like, mech pilot Tsoki. We've heard the tales, but we gotta pretend that we haven't. You know, we gotta keep our cool. We gotta keep it cool. We're cooler than you, and we know that. We need. And look at you guys. You all look like so clean, except for this guy. And he points at Royce's like burnt hand. He's like, haha.
I just shrug.
It's like, why do you got to keep your secret?
Oh, you think I'm clean?
We don't
Well,
want to
that's
like.
nice of you.
You're awfully clean. You're a lot cleaner than he is. I think, like, because it literally looks like he's been rolling around in dirt for the last, like, months. Man has never had a bath in his life, and proud to say it. The only time he gets clean is when he's caught outside in the rain, and he tries so hard for that not to happen. He took the coffee can off of his head for a second, and you guys just see a rust ring that looks like a halo.
Oh.
He's like, all right, let's get you all signed up. So, like, he takes you inside. Oh, wrong ones. Oh, they're in here already. He takes you inside and he's just like, okay, we'll get you all signed up right here. Like, we are going for, I think you said something about the obstacle course.
Yes.
Excellent. And the slap competition is... Was that what that forearm abomination's for? I'm just kidding. Abomination's a good thing. Whew. That's a scary looking machine.
Why, thank you.
Okay, we got a couple other events. Who's gonna sign up for the marksmanship contest? And we have a pit crew contest and a weightlifting contest.
I want in on the park horse.
As long as
okay.
Sorry. As long as the schedules aren't conflicting, I want to be part of that pit crew contest.
I'll do pit crew and the weightlifter.
For sure.
I'll stick with Flynn.
Leo and Tsoki and Howl, what are you three up to?
Howl's probably just walking around trying to gauge what kind of weaponry is attached to all of these robots.
Oh, for sure. Give me a 20-sider real quick so I'll see which ones I can show you. 19, fucking sick. Somebody's gonna make that a 20, so I'm just gonna show you all of them.
Alright.
Alright, so as you guys are walking through, you obviously see you see Flex Steel, which is, you know, the flexing robot that we've seen multiple times by Tin and Flynn. That's theirs, Flex Steel. Or Flex Tape, I don't know. One of the two. This here is this is top driven. This is made by this guy's right here. It mostly just the top of it spins. That's how it works. Like it has a centrifuge basically. It is a centrifuge turned into a robot is what it is.
Awesome.
Like it builds up an insane amount of momentum and like shot puts things. Like it's not very good in like hand-to-hand combat, but it gets distance. Couldn't figure out how to I can't get my things to work. Okay. So then this angry squirrel comes out and she's just like she is leading her robot, which is this one, which is known as just Red.
He's so
and
cool.
like this is a Connor squirrel from the Family Game, and she has turned her car into a robot, and it has massive spiked brass knuckles on each hand, and like this thing you don't want to like get hit by. And you do see that its legs, it walks on 2 feet, but it can drop to its knees, and it has like tank treads along there, and it can move incredibly fast. They have signed up for both the fighting and for the obstacle course. And then we have this one's just Bot, and that is as big as Bot actually is. Bot's an itty bitty little robot.
Guy.
Just a little guy. You can tell that this thing what can I? And it got turned into a 20, so I have to give it to you. It does not miss ever. There's something about it that has a lock-on system, and no matter what attack it's doing, it cannot fail. Like, it doesn't need to roll, it just gets it done. And lastly, of the main ones, wait, did I miss one? No, okay, those are the 4 I got. Let me get his pilot out to you guys, though. And we have recently met his pilot. Here he goes.
Oh.
Perfect.
It's Gray Steel Pilot's Bot.
Well, I am
And there we
very
go, so, like-
interested in the one that doesn't miss.
Oh yeah, like you want to go? Like you can go talk to Gray Steel if you want to. Is
Yeah, I
Howl
wanna know
in this game just going to be like in the back trying to get other information?
Yeah, I mean, I can't pilot one of these bad boys, although I want to enter myself into the marksmanship contest. Fuck all these robots.
I think like they pull out the rules again. It's just like it doesn't say people can't enter, just people don't. Like, what chance do you have? What chance do you have? Like, I know the dwarf entered the weightlifting thing, and we're fine, but you're gonna have to shoot some really big targets.
Shooting things is literally the only thing I do. Besides blow things up. I blew up a building once. That was cool.
If it helps, you can always see this as a way to, and like a bit of an exhibition to show what your robots can do, and compare it to folks who do so without it. Just to show off what you can do to and for entertainment for the people of Dendroid.
I start to glow and I ask him if he's worried he's gonna lose to me.
Oh.
I'm not worried per se. I just don't want to embarrass you in front of all your new friends.
Oh no, he wants to be embarrassed.
That sounds like a challenge to my friend.
It's like, okay. And like they sign you up. So this one is obviously in the marksmanship and like top wait, did I name it? What did I top spin? Top driven, yeah. Top driven is like in the slapping contest and also the marksmanship one. And Akana, what did you name your squirrel? I labeled the token as Akana and not like your character's name. Like she is in the obstacle course and the straight up fight one. Are you guys in the fight one? Are you in the slap fight and the obstacle course?
So there's a slap fight and a fight.
Yeah, the fight is different. Like that one is just called that is the final one. Everybody is in that one. Like if you have a mech, you're in it. You are signed up. It's like that is the Rock'em Sock'em.
Oh, okay. So that's like by default.
Yeah, Flynn and I were doing pit crew and obstacle course, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And Royce is doing pit crew with Flynn because like Adli, you're forklift certified, but you're not Yeah, pit crew
Yeah, so you can
material.
actually do two. You can do two that are have to do with your forklift certified.
Oh, for sure. Like, and they will for sure because they have to fight at the end. Everybody fights each other too. There's only one winner of Rock'em Sock'em.
Ooh, a battle royale. Okay.
I have a.
You guys are gonna have to beat the shit out of each other. Oh, go ahead.
Are
you gonna sign up for that one too?
Well, over the course of the day, can I scrounge up parts and build my own robot?
Fuck yeah, you can.
And then
You're
I'll
not
just
senior
enter-
officer for nothing.
and then we'll just enter that at the end as like a surprise.
All right.
Red,
Okay.
motherfuckers!
Let me know if you need help with that, sir.
Oh god, I would love a Leo and Royce just going through the dump to find stuff.
Yeah, let's fucking do as the locals.
Well, like, if it helps, I've been to the scrapyard before.
Oh,
Oh,
you sure
wow.
have, and you did great when you were here.
It was an interesting time going to the scrapyard. We can give that a shot if you intend to do that.
Laura's
Oh,
been
yes.
here too.
Mm-hmm.
The only quote unquote robot I've ever actually made has been Leto.
He's an automaton.
That's what I mean, quotes on quotes.
Yeah, for sure. Leo and Voice, can you both give me a 20-sided roll so I know where you all start on that? Fucking 19. Goddamn.
Question. Because I realized,
sure.
I realized I used up a 1 when it was like the raised up by 1 when it was already raised up by 1. Do I get it back or can I just throw it on this?
Shit, we can just throw it on there for sure.
Yeah.
Like Royce was already on the correct path.
Mhm.
And Leo just found something. So both of you two, you don't have to tell me right now because it is going to be for the end of the game. But if you guys want to think on it, what adjectives does this new mech have? The scrapyard Voice and Leo are building.
Ooh.
What kind of adjectives are we giving it?
I'm erring on for an adjective. I am erring on sturdy.
Thick.
God damn it! You can't type thick into Midjourney; they get mad.
Yeah. I'm not sure if that's gonna work, but yeah.
I want to try it. I will appeal the decision to see if it'll let me do it. Midjourney's gotten a lot hornier since they added the appeal button.
Oh lordy Lou.
Oh, okay. So this is Drags. The squirrel that Akana played is Drags.
Ah.
Like drag racing.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So sturdy and thick. Is that thick with 2 C's? Of course it is. Why would I ask?
3.
Oh lordy. 3. You made the mistake of asking. So.
All right, well, just let that one rock. It didn't even ask me to appeal because the 3rd C fucking was we don't know. All right, so yeah, so Leo and Royce just kind of head off into the scrapyard. Tsoki, what are you doing? Your lantern's glowing green at when you put it near some things. You can hear the Marquis's voice in nobody else can hear the Marquis, but you can hear him being that's so cool, that's so cool. Oh my god, this place is so cool.
Can I just... It's I think we got enough people for all the other events. Can I just walk around with Marquis and investigate things?
Oh, for sure. Do you want to compete in the Rock'em Sock'em at the end though?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so roll me a 20-sided. Let's see how that one starts as well. Alright, so we're gonna start that one with a tough choice. The light in your lantern flies off into the scrapyard.
Okay.
It's like
Gotta go chase him down now.
there you go. That like,
All right.
done and done. Alright, so you might run into Leah and Royce out there. And Lore, you are competing obviously you are with Pim for the obstacle course section, and the slap fight, that's what you two are both doing?
Yeah.
Excellent, okay. Which event do we want to start with, everybody?
Can I ask one quick question of our friend there that helped us get in?
Eller? Yeah.
So what are the rules on magic and healing here?
Ugh! Magic? In a mech fight? We got robots. We don't do magic in this town. By the not forgiven. And like you see, like all of the other times when they brush off their hands on their thing. It doesn't make it any cleaner, but they always do that before shaking your hand. That is just part of their culture. It literally looks like he's trying to scrub the filth off of himself when you mention the concept of using magic here.
I was just asking because I wanted to be respectful. That's all. That's
magic. Just and then he stops. He's like, no, we just don't do it. We don't mess with that. Over time, we've come to learn that magic is more trouble than it's worth. Any particular squirrel that shows an affinity for such a thing they find their own way. Generally north. We get them to a nice, safe place in the forest. They're fine. Just they don't get to be here, doing that. And he wiggles his hands like
he's casting a spell.
Like he's casting a spell.
Yeah, that's why I just wanted to ask because I wanted to be polite.
Oh, I understand being polite. It's fine. It's no real problem. Just no.
Alright.
That's fine.
Let's get you
It's just
set up for that obstacle course.
Sure, Flynn.
All right. So what are we doing first? Do we want to just do the obstacle course first? The obstacle course is the tag game, by the way.
Sure.
Also, I didn't have enough time to make 1,000 squirrel tokens, so just imagine these full of squirrels everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh no, you two need to be down there. Okay. Oh, let me get the. Did you end up with a token? Oh no, I do have another one. Fuck. I have 2 more. Shit. Here we go. Sorry. This is Scrap Heap. He's the biggest one that you've seen here, Howl. He's huge. That one looks more like it was they broke one of the robots outside and just retrofitted it with stuff that works. It's the biggest thing here. Scrap Heap and this one is this one's Punch-O-Matic.
That is
I
the
love
best name.
I love him.
His little eyes.
Look at that little guy.
I
That
love
little
the
guy.
eyes.
Punch-O-Matic, he punches.
Why
Oh,
are they
yeah.
all so cute.
I told you they all came out adorable. Even this guy, and he's huge. He's got a minivan as a head. Scrap Heap is. There are no weapons on that thing at all, except for its hands. He's a construction bot, You could tell that it could one man build a skyscraper. So careful. And then Punch-O-Matic is it's got pneumatic hands. Like it reloads. Like it punches, the hands fall off, and then it just like shotgun cocks its arms, and hands come back. Like it punches so hard that it's designed to break its own hands.
That's so cool.
I'm gonna shrink them down. Dami pilots Scrap Heap, by the way. Dami is an ill-named squirrel that was also part of the family crew with Drags. Alright, so yeah, the tag game is about to start. What kind of like pit crew stuff are we working with here? Flynn, like what kind of tune-ups are you doing on the forklift? Before go ahead.
I think I'm going to try and look over everything, make sure oh, I can hear myself.
Sorry.
It's okay. Look over everything and try and make sure nothing during transport was like jostled or anything like that. I don't know. I think that I want to actually, despite being around these things, I don't think that I know a whole lot about them other than generally how they work. And this is probably going to be a big learning experience for me as I think what is going to happen.
Oh, I totally forgot. I'm sorry. I have to introduce the pilot of the Punch-O-Matic. We have already met them once before. This is Knife, Throttle. Knife and Throttle are here. They are both two characters from Hammerpaw.
Yes!
But...
Knife.
Knife, yep. Like, because they spelled their name wrong, or they pronounced their name wrong at their, coming of age ceremony, and they will never live it down.
Womp womp.
Okay.
Oh, so since Howl was like checking out the robots and stuff like that, if he's done, can he like come hang out with us as like our pit crew?
For sure, yeah.
Howl, you want to do that? You want to come hang out, bud?
Teach me the ways of the robots. Also, I have
Okay.
information on every single one of them.
Perfect. That's what we need to know. Get a little leg up.
Here is Throttle. Throttle, again, if in case you're wondering, is female cat person. She's about like 5 feet tall. She is currently in a wheelchair.
I love her.
This is Knife. Knife is about 7 feet tall, and he's a big motherfucker that always looks like he has a grudge, like a chip on his shoulder, but like otherwise mostly a sweetheart.
He's adorable, and I want to pet him.
I landed on like the art style for all of the games and like in and around the scrapyard as being like watercolor, and I'm just sticking with that.
Heck yeah.
So there we go. Oh yeah. Punchbot will be competing in this tag. Can Adli, can you roll me a 20-sider, and can Pim roll me a 20-sider?
Okay.
Oh no, not 20-sider, 6-sider. Just 6-siders each. So I know that who you are competing with for this game. Yeah. Okay. So the tag game, Adli is going to be up against Drags. And Pim, if you could give me that 6-sider. 1. And you are going to be up against Punchbot.
He's so cute.
So cute. Punch-O-Matic, sorry, not Punch. All right. So knowing that, having that information, yeah, Howl can like tell you how Punch-O-Matic works because he studied them all.
Fill us in.
Yeah, so Punch-O-Matic's wild. It just punches, but it punches so fucking hard, its hands literally explode or fall off. I don't know what happens to them. And then it reloads new hands. So as far as movement, not entirely sure. Just don't get punched, because it's bad.
Okay. Don't get punched.
I think because of the information, I will let you know that obstacles are not a worry for PunchBot. Like dodging and hiding behind things is not how you would beat PunchBot, because it'll just punch through them to tag you. And the way that this works is just a single tag, you are out. And then like you will do the best 2 of 3. So you have 30 seconds, like 30 seconds to be tagged. They're very quick matches, but you're in mech, so of course. All right, this is not at all what I think you guys think your mech looks like, but I can't do 4 arms, so I'm just gonna like put this in if you don't mind. I'll show it to you in a second. And yeah, Flynn, how you tuning up? Nothing is broken. Everything arrived perfectly fine.
Okay. I think because she's never seen one of, like, really it's just she's never seen one of these matches played before. She doesn't know what to expect yet, and so they're just kind of gonna see how this goes.
You've seen
For
Adli
sure.
move in it before, though, because you've helped me
I
put it
have,
on.
but I haven't seen these things move yet to know, like, what kind of things we would need, because it'll eventually help us with the fighting. But
Can I give
yeah,
an
I mean,
idea? Because this is leaning on what I said I wasn't going to do earlier. Agile dancing.
Yeah, I mean, you could do the whole dancing thing, like, for sure. Is like,
you could probably dance out of the way of the things if you wanted to, but that's less of me tuning up things and more of like having a strategy.
I couldn't get 4 arms. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
It's cute though.
Aww.
We'll have to pretend those wings are extra arms. It's the best we can do.
Right? We'll just pretend those arms. Like it's like 4 arms. It's like, you want wings?
Sure.
Those are kind of like arms.
All right. So, Adli, your match is going to be up first against Drags. You are in your outfit, which is this one. But Drags is not. Drags is controlling their robot through a remote control. It is like Drags is wireless because Drags can afford it. Some of them are not wireless. The 2 that are definitely not wireless are Flexbot, Flex Tape, and Flex Seal, and Top. They are not wireless. They are very much wired. Right. So yeah. So the bell is about to ring. I think Gray Steel comes out and it's just like, and in this corner we have. Sorry. What's your name in mech called? He's the guy. I see it. Oh, nope. You signed the paperwork. I'm good. In this corner, we have Adli piloting a prototype forklift. And in this corner, we have returning champ Drags piloting. I forgot what I called it.
Red?
Yes, it's red. I was thinking. I didn't name it. I wouldn't name it Red Rocket, would I?
No.
No, I think you just called it red.
Alright, so strewn throughout the... Oh, let me just grab you 2. Go away. strewn throughout this small like town thing is like, these are all make-believe people. They are all like cardboard cutouts of people, and these are all cardboard cutouts of homes. So it's just like, your goal is to tag the other person with causing the least amount of collateral damage to people. They don't care what happens to the buildings. Don't run over the cardboard cutouts of people. All's fair. Attacks are fair. Ranged attacks are fair. Flight is fair. And it's just, you will be chasing red, and then red will be chasing you, and then if it's a 2 out of 3 situation. If they dodge you for 30 seconds, then they get a point. If you dodge them for 30 seconds, you get a point. If you tag them, you get a point. If they tag you, they get a point. But you're the tagger first.
Okay.
You got this.
Drags definitely like has like the cigarette hanging out of her the side of her mouth, unlit. Like just, you know, that look. Like leather jacket, cigarette hanging out of the side of her mouth, goggles come down over her eyes, and you see like jets start shooting out of the back of Red. It's like, and then you hear like an air horn, and begin. And Red is charging at you like so fast, like it's dropped to its knees. The way that I explain it, like, and the treads are just charging at you. This is easily twice your size, for the record.
I'm used to everything being twice plus my size.
Alright, how are we evading? Because it's charging. Like, hand reaching out, going in for the tag.
You know what? Screw it. 3 AP, I'm gonna try that smoke screen out, see how well that works.
Oh, for sure.
I'm
Roll
gonna
me 2d20.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh yeah, natural 20 for sure. Like,
So
Red is just like,
Oh, heck
go
yeah.
ahead. Yeah, go for it.
me?
Yeah. Explain how it looks.
Okay, Adli does, instead of shooting the smoke screen like down, Adli actually aims it right at the thing's face. And so it hits the face of the robot, kind of throwing off the tilt a little bit, and then just kind of does the run up the arm and smacks the thing right in the eye, and then jumps over it and does the superhero landing.
Yeah, for sure. I like absolutely that works, and you're at like 25 seconds now, and I'm gonna roll this one just to see how. Okay, so you do manage to dodge. Like at the last second, you see one of the hands come out of the smoke. Like the smoke isn't even impairing it, but like you throwing it off balance definitely did. Like so, Adley's over here with like in the forklift. And the hand comes flying out just for it, and at the last second, Adley can dodge to the side, so the hand doesn't tag as you hear the bell. But this is the information that you're gonna get. Blinding the robot doesn't do anything. You see Drag sitting at the sideline looking directly at you. It's not the robot's sightline you have to worry about.
Oh, okay.
Drags isn't in it. You're in yours. But no, you fully succeeded the first round. You get the first round done. So for the second round, Red just like spins around on its like weird tread legs, and like they ring the bell, and it is flying towards you so fast. So it rolled a 14. It's gonna like. No, you're going to try to tag it. Go ahead and how do you start the tag? Sorry, I shouldn't have rolled.
Oh, it's trying to tag me.
No, you're trying to tag it this time. You were the tagger. Sorry. I got myself mixed up. Yeah. So it flies at you going for the tag. Very, very fast. It is kicking up a ton of dust at its feet. It rolled a 14, so it's gonna succeed unless you can roll higher than it. And tell me how that works.
It's like shouting from the sidelines. Dance!
Oh no. Should I describe it in the roll?
Oh no, roll and then describe it. Because what if you roll a 1?
That's
Oh,
fair.
yeah.
All right. So a tough choice, and here's the tough choice, like for you. You can dodge this attack, but you are gonna bump into 2 cardboard people in the process of dodging this. Like, what's going on here? These are not real people. It's just cardboard. They represent real people. There are definitely like crudely painted faces on all of them that look like they're screaming in fear of the robots.
It's unnerving.
But they're not real. Except for that one sure looks like it's actually moving. And now, like, one of them is, like, being puppeteered by somebody on the side. Like, no, please don't hit me. I think it's just got a voice box in it that just keeps saying, no, no, no. But you have to crush that one's skull to escape.
No, Adli wouldn't do that.
I give the best tough choices.
Yeah. No, Adli will take that hit, and knowing Adli, they're gonna take that full in the chest.
That, yep, just... And like, as it, like, approaches at, like, full speed, it slows down and just... One finger. Tag. And it's just like, everybody just goes crazy, like, tie game! Can Tsoki, Royce, and Leo all roll for me?
Ooh, that's not great.
Man, you were just... Oh!
Hey, that's even worse.
Yep, okay, okay, hold on. I wasn't expecting.
By our powers combined, we got a success.
Yeah, if you add them all together...
Just barely.
Like, you got, like, your powers combined, you got the lowest rung of success that you could get.
And
No, it's like, I'm nothing negative. That's just, I'm just saying. Alright. So, you all have made it somehow, like, what did you find that would qualify your robot as thick for you?
The first thing that popped in my brain was smokestacks.
Absolutely. We found some smokestacks, and Leo, what did we find that's gonna make this thing sturdy? Leo, are you muted?
You know, I might have been. I was going through a whole explanation too. Like, well, thank you for correcting me.
I'm sorry.
That's good. Thank you for letting me know. But yeah, Leo having been here before, he's seen a few different metals, with some of them being sturdier than others. When he saw the scrap bot like collecting them and like which ones it threw away, which ones it kept. So he would try to find this like similar metal, like something that it seemed like deceptively sturdy, because there were some like that. Like, for example, the porcelain is a deceptively sturdy one, but he's not going to use that for this. But yeah, he thought he found like certain metal panels that felt like a proper like a proper hardness that would be able to take a hit very well. But with it being in that one, he finds one that unfortunately had a crack that like had a pretty bad like crack to it that he did not notice. So it will not be sturdy at all. In fact, it might shatter very easily, that particular chunk.
Oh no, Q1 wasn't for that. Like, oh, but those things, you guys find those 100%. The one is gonna be for this. As Tsoki comes running in, like chasing after like the green ghost, and you suddenly see like a robot stand up from underneath the thing with a glowing green eye.
Oh.
and you all hear like coming out of a robotic voice box. It's like, "This is awesome," and just like it's the Marquis stomping around, like inside this. Tsoki, real quick, because this isn't going to be a permanent thing. You can tell immediately that this is very, very dangerous. What is happening in this robot? It is not made to hold a ghost the way that Tarkus's body is, and you can see just on sight that its power source. This one is definitely that nuclear power source I was talking about, most certainly. It is way overtuned right now, as it has like disturbed Leo and Royce's searching for parts, and you're searching for the Marquis.
Technically, Tsoki's search for the Marquis was successful.
Oh yeah, he found him.
Yeah.
He's right here.
That's not a typical scrap bot.
Be like, we can build you one that's a lot better than that one. I just need you to stop whatever it is you're doing in there and come on back out.
What could be better than this? And it picks up a car with one hand. He's like, vroom, vroom, and then he throws it.
Oh dear.
He didn't throw it at anybody, but
yeah, just
Oh.
How do we subdue a mech?
It's like, I don't know if the mech's necessarily the problem, but there's a ghost in there. I would like that ghost to not be in there.
It's so spacious in here.
Tsoki.
All right.
Hello.
I might have some way to get him out of it, but I'll need you guys to give me the time to do it. In Leo's case, he's going to use his good old sigil to try and basically lure the Marquis out of it and into that lantern that he was in the first place. Is basically Leo's idea, but he's gonna need time to do it because he's kind of using the lantern as the focus as opposed to his usual paper. So it's probably like a different like medium, which might need him a little bit more time. Would you guys be able to hold him on for a bit while I do that?
What are you guys talking about? I want to talk. And then like, it kind of like does the if I say like girl 1990s slumber party girl like pose, like laying on their bed with like the telephone in their hand and like
feet kicking
their
in
head
the
in their feet kicking in the air. Like good. We all know what I'm talking about then. And like it comes right down. It's just like, what's up?
Oh boy.
It's like, well, you're driving a giant bomb there.
It's gonna be amazing. Wait, bomb?
Okay.
Royce, you think you could deactivate it so it doesn't explode?
Well, I could try that instead. Yes, sir. Leo was saying to the Marquis inside. Yeah, what you have in there is a bit dangerous, and we would rather you be not destroyed with this. That way we could make you something better. This won't do if this messes up with you in it. Would you be able to cooperate with me so we can get you out of this potential problem for you?
This leads me to the fun question. Do any of you three know how to disarm a nuclear,
Yes.
Oh, fuck, alright.
It was like the last time we did. We teleported a mountain through a rift, so I'm sure it can't go worse than that.
So there's ghosts in the mech, right?
Yeah, there's a ghost in that machine.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many can it take?
I've never wondered how many ghosts you can put in a machine. Yeah.
So okay, I'm gonna have a rash idea. It may backfire. Oops. I'll go Wraith form and attempt to get him out of the mech.
Oh boy.
Royce's body just dropped. Thunk.
It'll be fine.
We're sending someone in to help you get out of there safely. Hopefully.
I'm enjoying the space, and I think like Royce is currently feeling what it feels like to have a ghost like put his foot on his face and try to keep him out of the machine.
Stop that. Let me in.
No, this is mine. You just want it because it looks fun. It looks like it's so much fun.
I can make better and bigger things that are way more fun than this little scrap heap.
But how would you know? This is fun.
I've made literal bodies before.
I'm gonna like quick like this is like where we're ending. That's not ending, but that's where the scene ends until we switch back to Adli. You need to tag Red one more time.
Oh boy.
The match is already in. Like Red is swiped for you. Has like been dodging your multiple moves, and like has been kind of really close. Red at this point is trying to like use the buildings to their advantage because they know this town better than you do. Even this made up like pretend like cardboard town. They didn't get smaller. They're still big. How do you catch them?
Question: would a stunts card work here?
As long as you describe it.
Let's try this. So if it's using the buildings, I think what Adli would do is actually, is it throwing things?
No, it's mainly just dodging. It's just like keeps going behind buildings and like swerving through crowds of like cardboard people. That one, since you didn't destroy it, is still screaming, "Oh no!"
Since I've probably figured out that one is not a person. Adli is going to, since they are smaller and more agile than this thing, they're actually going to start doing something very, very similar to the tango they did with Vatna, and actually they're going to dip under an arm and swirl around its legs so that way they're actually just kind of dancing between and around it, and then they're gonna do the Jackie Chan kick off between two buildings several times, flip and just land on its head, gymnast style. 3-point landing.
Yeah, sure, that'll work. And like you manage to tag Red, and they're just like Adli wins. Like and you guys hear multiple people being like, "Oh, that fish tanger, that thing is really nimble." That's okay. Forklift certified. Okay.
Hey, if you want like ideas on all this stuff, Lauren, Pim, or who to talk to, just gonna plug Fish Tanger real quick right there.
Thanks.
All right, so Laura and Pim, you guys are going up against Punch-O-Matic, which has Knife and Throttle. Throttle is like they are both controlling it very similar to the way that you are controlling yours, except for Knife is on the like the arms, and Throttle is controlling, the throttle, as the name would imply. I think you guys are roughly the same size mechs this time, instead of like one being massively larger than the other one. And yeah, you rolled. What did you roll when you did that? Oh, you rolled a 1. All right, so you go second. They are going to try to tag you guys. First and foremost.
Okay.
So, all right, so they are just like immediately charging. This Punch-O-Matic is not very quick. Like, it does have some boosting situation. It does seem like it's like kind of hopping at you, like little bunny hops. Oh no, they don't have a way to broadcast. Vatna. They do not have that technology. They accidentally pick up radio signals from Thimble. That's how they get Patagon's show. Alright, so I'm just gonna roll its like a attack thing. It's like does a little like bunny hop at you. And yeah, it's getting like it's close, it's within range, but how do you dodge?
Are we rolling?
Yes. Oh yeah, you guys fucking like smoke them.
So, I'm gonna say that this new mech that we are using is super agile. There's 2 of us there to control it. And have you seen like the acrobats where like one will be on the other one's shoulders and then they will do like kind of a back handspring with both of them?
Oh yeah, I've seen that stuff. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's what we're doing like inside the mech, and it's gonna do a quick backhand spring and just slide back out of the way.
Are you guys like physically touching each other in the mech? Like not you don't physically, but you know what I mean? Like can you like look down and see Lore?
Yes, I literally think I'm just sitting on her shoulders.
Oh, okay. All right.
And that is how we power this thing. We've got both arms are controlling, so I have 2, she's got 2, and then we're controlling the legs and the movement.
Oh, for sure. Like it comes in and it stumbles a little bit. Never saw that like back handspring coming. And like, who would? And they're just like, damn. And like they are just too stunned by the mobility of it to like really like make any actions against you. And they're like they stomp around a couple more times, and the 30 seconds is up. And like you guys know it's your turn, but Howl, can you give me a 20-sider? $11. All right, so that's a full success again, though. Howl, you see, Punchbot has taken up a very strange stance. Now, Punchomatic has taken up a very strange stance for like dodging. Like they are not trying to be nimble. Like you see their feet. Like you guys ever play StarCraft with like the tanks that like spread out?
Yeah.
Like its feet lock into the ground. Like I don't know if Howl's muted. I
have not.
Okay. Its feet lock into the ground. This thing is gonna. You can tell it's not gonna try to dodge. It's gonna try to take Fishtinger's arm, like take the arms off of your robot, so you can't tag it. Like that is its plan.
Can I communicate to them?
Yeah, for sure. You guys have communicators.
Sick. I get on the comms and go, hey, it's not gonna dodge. It's gonna try to rip your arms off. That's whatever it's doing right now. That's bad.
Right, I think I can work with that. We'll just stay away from the front of them.
All right. So what's your tag tactic here? What's the plan?
So I think that we should do some crazy shit. I mean, we got these cool arms. We should definitely be using them.
You got just so many cool arms.
So I would say, like, that we like jump forward and bounce with our arms off of the ground, so we go up and over him, and then use one of the other 4 arms to tag him in the back.
Yeah, we start with the classic fake out. Make them think we're going straight for the front. Make them think we have no idea what they're planning.
Okay, yeah, I'm down. Both of you two give me a 20-sider. There's 2 of you in this one, so.
Yeah.
All right, so. And Laura, you're in control of the legs. That like the legs are your function. Or like, is it just? Do you literally both control all of it? Like,
I think the way they said it was that Lore had the legs and 2 arms, while Pim has the other 2 arms, and I imagine the head. With how they're sitting. Did I read that right when you were describing it earlier?
Oh, that feels good to me.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to squish it. It just keeps squishing for some reason.
Squeeze. So,
I don't know
so
why
yeah,
it's upside down.
So yeah, like Esmee's got the bottom 2 arms and the legs, is basically how they said it, as I recall.
And just as you get close enough for the tag, you guys are going in for the tag. You hear Knife and Throttle being like, "No, our dreams," and they're like looking directly at. No, you don't hear it because you're in a mech. They're trying to yell it at people, like communicating, trying to get sympathy. But you don't hear it as you tag them, and they are out. It's just like twice in a row, Fishtinger has won this competition.
Woo!
Pim's using one of the arms to dust the shoulder off of the mech.
Laura's gonna flex the other 2.
Oh, sick. Roll me 20 sides each.
Aw. Hey.
13? Absolutely. Let me tell you, there's some people in the audience that they're wearing like hooded cloaks, like blood red hooded cloaks. Around their necks are like thick chains, and each one of these chains has some other kind of like timepiece on it. Most of them are like hourglasses or like clock hands on them. And one of them definitely just has hands with like rings that look like clocks. Like little like pocket watches. And they all like look back and forth and they're just nodding in unison with seeing how Fishtinger did that. And they're very, very excited.
Yeah, that's probably good, right?
That's fine.
The blood
That's
red robes
fine.
are just, it's a good sign, everybody.
It's a
Oh.
fashion statement.
Hey, I have a blood red robe.
Little Red Riding Hood was a good person.
That's me.
No, that's a red robe. I'm talking, this is... it looks like it might be liquid. For the red, like not a cloak, not like robes, head to toe. Like there's no like opening in the front. Like this, it looks like it might like there's somewhere between liquid blood and like dried blood. Like those are how the colors are.
Be positive. Do you know these people?
I want to go up and high five Lore and be like, "That's the person who taught me how to drive a mech."
That's
She
great.
might not be
Next,
positive.
the next round, we have Adli versus Fishtinger.
Uh-oh.
Begin!
Right? That's the person who showed me how to drive the mech. Now I gotta beat him in the game.
Yeah.
That's not happening.
That was just
Oh.
a Fishtinger v Fishtinger exhibition.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
Oh.
There can
It's no
only be
matter
one
who-
winner. That's how the Olympics work.
Exactly. No matter who wins, Fishtinger still wins.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's true.
Right. We'll just boil this down into like one competition. Adli, roll me a 20-sider, and Laura and Pim both roll me 20-siders.
Ooh, got some sudden death going on.
10, 6, and 10.
Perfectly.
Is it really 10, 10, 6?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is.
I mean,
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, like, Alright, Pim and Laura, how do you catch the smaller, bot 2 out of 3 times? Like, are you guys, like, showing off? Are you guys just, like,
Absolutely.
clinically doing it? Okay. Yeah, give me that showing off.
All right, I would say for the first one, we do is we just slide tackle the other one, grab it by the legs and knock it over. And then just a quick little one finger tap on the head. Just a bop. Gotcha.
It's fine. Lore's used me as a test pilot enough.
Lore, you can take the next one.
the second one, we draw it out a little bit more. We make it look more, give it more of a chance for the forklift to show off. Because again, we're trying to make some deals here.
Gotta sell them. They're expensive. Remember, the forklifts are very pricey because we're trying to afford a railroad.
Yep. So we let it go and let it look like they're about out of time, and then at the last second, it's just one of the lower arms, the hand shoots out like a grappling hook and just poops it on the nose.
Just a little boop.
You know, I'm not a kid.
No, but size-wise, it looks adorable.
Size-wise, it's so cute. It's like all the squirrels in the audience. Aww. It's like they got. I'm not. I was gonna. I'll say it, but I'm mad at that I thought the thought. I was like, oh, they got breeding robots up there.
Oh.
Well, that's a cursed thought.
Working
That's
on those biomex now. Yep.
All right. So, and it's like, and next up will be the pit crew event. Next up is the pit crew event. Royce, you are currently inside a mech fighting, like, arguing with the Marquis, and, like, you can feel the energy radiating off of this, core. You can, give me a 20, no. You've spent a lot of time in Wraith form. You understand it. It is this core is the reason that the Marquis could attach himself to this. It is based on your technology.
Goddamn copycats.
But like, way in the future, like way in the future, you know, like a bear might have stolen this information quite a while ago and then went into another dimension and then started creating an entire line of things. And it happens every once, you know, it happens.
Sorry, I'm not a certain flamingo. It's fine. I don't know about this.
Right. Like Billiam hates lack, but
yeah.
And then when the world got collapsed back together again, parts of that technology landed here. And this engine landed fully formed. It's very dangerous. And like, you notice that, like, if this thing gets hit wrong, then it has a very good chance of exploding. And Tsoki, from the outside, you can see, like, what would normally be, like, silver flames or, like, teal flames. It's just slowly turning green as it's more and more, like, taking in the Marquis more and more. And it's just, like, cycling back on itself over and over again. And it's gonna be a big boom. And Leo, I think Royce is currently... Do you have the Marquis in a headlock? Like, how are you restraining this ghost? Because you can. Like, the Marquis is a masked vampire. I will get his artwork on the screen. Wasn't expecting it to actually have to see him. Is this him? No. No, yeah, that's him. This is the Marquis, but he's a little ghost now. He's an itty-bitty tiny one. But how do you restrain him so that Leo and Tsoki can try to disarm this bomb?
The strongest bear hug I can give.
We're bear hugging a ghost.
Yeah.
I'm down.
That's what I got, man.
And he's like flailing his legs, and he's trying to do the thing where he's like kicking you in the knees and kicking you in the ankles. He's just like, let me go! I'm gonna roll to see if he can get away from you. That's a 13. That's a spooky number. That's a spooky number. I'm gonna make this a tough choice for you, Royce. you can hold on to him even through this 13, even through the success that he has. But like to do it, you have to kind of wraith form even more so. Like it's going to be hard to get back into your body after this. I'm not saying it's impossible. Like you're going to be able to do it, but wraith form from this point on is going to get more and more dangerous. But you can't hold him still. And like your wraith form will go from the teal that we're used to it being to like the dark ghostly green that we've seen from Tsoki.
Well, I don't half-ass things, so we're gonna full-ass this.
Okay, yeah, for sure. The green fire is shooting out like crazy, Tsoki. Like it's everywhere right now. Leo, you're in luck. You don't see it, like, or feel the heat, but Tsoki and Royce both see the green flames and feel that heat. Like it's a fucking problem. So how are we deactivating this bomb, guys?
Like, you just can't suck up all the energy like a cool ghost vampire?
Can you suck up all the energy into your lantern?
That's what I was gonna ask.
Give it
Gonna
the good
say,
stuff.
I have this ability on it. I threw it in roll 20 for you.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
swear
fucking-
to
I,
Beezus, if you trap me,
Put
In
Royce
your
in the
lantern.
lantern. Put Royce in the lantern.
So basically,
Jeff, give me a roll. Give me a
Yeah.
roll. Give me a roll.
Tsoki doesn't do this because it's dangerous, right? But he's basically gonna just shout enough, and he's gonna slam it on the ground and start channeling into it. And he's just like, "I've had enough of you acting like a child," and I'm just gonna try to suck him back into the lantern.
Yes, yes. Come on, 13 or 1. 13. 17's good. 17 gets the job done. As like the flames are like coursing around you. It's like a hurricane of fire, of green ghostly fire around you right now. Tsoki, and like your eyes are lighting up instead of like the blue that we see on the screen right there, but the like dark green as you like channel this in. And Leo, this is it. This is your opportunity. This machine is still gonna explode, but this is the safest that it is right now. That it's ever that you will ever get. You see the moment. This is it. How do you turn off that bomb? It's just an engine like overheating, not real. It's not a bomb that's designed to explode.
And you are currently muted.
Doing it again, aren't I? All right. First thing I'm doing is Leo has his arcane charger shield, and he's gonna have that to absorb any excess from this as the process goes on, because he does not know how big the explosion
Beautiful.
might be.
Absolutely
So,
beautiful.
Minimizing that would be a good idea.
The arcane charger, for everybody that might be wondering, it's like a little like it's a shield that was made in Gibbet. It was one of their early prototypes for ways of storing magic, and like they don't use it very often, because how often do you walk around with a shield? They're not adventurers. But Leo always has a shield on him. So this thing is very like diesel punk. It's got like pipes on it, and like you can see the green energy. Oh, I'm really sad. Go ahead.
If I remember correctly, this was obtained back when we first found targets. Like it was with.
Push it. Sure did.
Whew, this thing is old. First time ever using it. You were saying something though?
But this thing, I regret making both the ghosts and Gibbet green, but let's make it clear, they are generally two different versions of green. For Tsoki, for ghostly green, I think it's dark, like forest green, like super dark, almost black. That's how dark it is. And for Gibbet, it's fluorescent green. It's just like neon. That shit is green. but like as the energy is filling your arcane charger, like as you're like resisting the rest of it, it is filling up with a dark green ghostly energy.
On top of that, he is. Let's see. On top of that, he is going to. Interesting, actually. I'm going to put a shield on the thing that might explode. Trying to think of it as possibly to contain the explosion within itself to a degree.
All right, give me 220 ciders.
Okey-dokey.
Take the highest.
18 and
18 and 17. Those are just good numbers right there. All right, so like you see Royce not dodges not only the lantern pulling him in, but your shield attempting to pull him in too. As like the Marquis snaps back into the lantern and shrinks down into his like ghost form, and like now the voice is so quiet none of you can hear it except for Tsoki, and he's whining.
Aw.
Yeah. Figured.
But yeah, between Royce and Leo, like it starts exploding, like in like small amounts. But you've pulled out so much energy from it and like charged your arcane charger so much that like it just goes, and like it starts like sputtering, like the engine that you're like trying to turn starts sputtering like it's out of fuel, but it does not get destroyed.
Ooh. Out of curiosity, just to remember, how much AP did it technically suck up with that
Oh,
explosion?
it sucked up like 50 AP, by the way. You were sitting on like that thing has a lot.
AP
It's
sword,
dangerous now.
50. It is chunky. It is now a proper weapon. Beware. Alrighty, so let me take away a couple of AP. Boom, boom. Okay. Whew. Okay. This should be safe to move around now. Sir, Leo would just like poke Royce's forehead. Sir, can you get back to us, please? Thank you. It's safe now.
Me poking my own body? Come on. Do something.
Yeah, like, you can get back in it, but like it hurts. Your entire body is sore from the inside out. And normally your wraith form doesn't, except for the one time you were thrown across the entire world.
Yeah.
Like that time you got in sore.
Ow.
Oh boy, are you okay, sir?
Oh, it goes. Oh, hurt.
You did literally walk into a nuclear bomb, essentially, sir.
Hey, it was just an average Tuesday.
The Marquis just like, he's a wuss. Fucking, I could have had so much fun. You rude is what.
Like, we can still have fun. I just need you to not be
back.
flying off on your own. Do you know what happens when a ghost dies?
No.
Me either, and I don't want to find out.
Aw.
He sulks. But you guys have
Anyway.
gotten the supplies for your robot here, and you can start putting them together. You guys are gonna miss, sadly, the Right, so I'm gonna show you guys two robots that I made based on the words that you guys used, and you tell me which one you want.
Okay. All right. All right. Which one are you feeling, sir?
Well, I'm feeling the one on the left.
This one over here, it's got like more bells and whistles, steam coming out of it.
Oh, yeah.
It's the only one that got the smokestacks.
Yeah. I see it is. Very.
And like these can be wheels or legs. That's up to you. Like we can
Yeah.
pretend that the rest of the legs are there.
I really like to think they're stubby little legs. Oh my god.
Oh god. Where I could hear Ceylon in my head. It's got stubby legs.
He's got stubby legs.
I just love the stubby legs.
Stubby legs.
Keeps the center of gravity low, so, it's really hard to move around.
Mm-hmm. I can imagine if it needs to get like quick verticality with some of these scraps here, it's probably got like we probably found like a spring that it can use to like like push stuff on the floor and to leap higher if it needs to.
Yeah.
Considering it's
It's
double legs,
also-
it does need some verticality to it.
It's got this switch in here that lets you just make big clouds of black smoke and look like a douchebag.
Oh, sick! I love fucking like people like driving by me and just like rolling coal. That's awesome. That's
guess-
actually really funny.
Get it?
So I
I'm
guess
gonna name a
that's
move just called rolling coal, spelled Kole.
easy. It's theatrical and potentially useful in the fight.
Just
Yeah,
wanna
yeah,
just
yeah.
make notes here.
Well, first off, Tsoki, hi, good to see you again. Thank you for helping with that.
Yeah, sorry, my charge here.
Keep your pets on a tighter leash.
Yeah, I know.
Leo just waved
Says
to-
Royce. Like Royce is fucking. You better. Like somewhere out there. What was his name? What was your apprentice's name?
How dare you?
I have forgotten.
Are you talking about Besh?
Besh?
I am
Besh
talking
is
about
the
Besh.
greatest.
Besh is great. Besh is out there somewhere, like his ears are ringing and just twitching. Big bushy mustache still. Like they
Speaking of
got
pets.
back to this world, but they did not combine with things because they came from outer space. Oh, pet rescue. All right,
That'll be neat seeing them again. Oh,
that'll be nice. At the end of this game, we'll do it. Okay, but
Oh.
Flynn, you signed up for duo pit stop. But Voice isn't here.
Oh no.
She's gonna look pretty worried that Big Boss is not anywhere around. If she could sweat, she would be sweating right now.
Is that
Your
gonna be-
nose is so wet.
Oh no, is that gonna be a
You got the
standard?
coldest snoot.
Snoot.
Howl is not in another event. If we wanted to get Howl into trying to do this, we could try. You guys are not doing your own mech. You like how this works is you must dismantle this mech. It's a standard issue robot. Nobody has seen the schematics for this before today. So there's no like you just base knowledge of how machines work is what is gonna like carry this one for you, Flynn.
Okay, cool.
If-
She
if
is
you
going
think-
to be.
if you wanna
panicking
ask
and
somebody
try
else for
and
help, would
find
you?
somebody. Yeah. So if Howl isn't doing anything, then she is going to try and rope him in.
Yeah,
If she can find him.
Howl's just been walking around looking at all the mechs, analyzing the shit out of them. So, I'm down.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Then she will like probably see him and be like, oh, I need you. I need your help. I don't know where Big Boss ran off to, but he sure ain't here right now. So I really need somebody who knows how to dismantle just anything, really.
We're gonna force
Dismantling
this one.
anything I can do. Done.
All right. So, Gray Steel is just like, all right, everybody, we're gonna have our pit stop contest now. And it's just like, and begin. And like, so it's fully put together right now.
Mhm.
And everybody is trying to dismantle it. I'm gonna roll 2d20 for Knife and Throttle. See how they're doing. Not good. They are doing terrible. They are having real problems with the schematics because, like, their culture and who they are is based on. I did not mean to put Knife on top of this person, looking like I just gave them legs, and I'm just gonna leave it there because it's funny.
That's amazing. I do love that.
Skip leg day. Good
Is
lord.
that on the screen? Oh, it is on the screen. Great. Okay, good.
Just like the time, like Knife skips a lot of leg days, like
Oh,
so
so much
many
leg
leg
days.
days. But yeah, their culture is based on schematics. Like, so the fact that they don't have them, it makes it almost impossible for them to do this. Like, they are like bumping their knuckles. They've got the wrong sizes. everything's just not coming up for them. But so each of you roll me a 20-sided, and we'll see how you guys are doing.
All right.
Ooh.
17 though, that's pretty good. And 11 is a full success too. So yeah, I think this stuff basically looks like the weapons that you build, Howl. Like it's like, oh no, it's all just like very simple. And I think you realize that these basic weapons, these ones that were found fully formed, were war machines. Like they don't know how to power them, but these two, and like these appear to be mass-produced war machines.
Ideas are swirling in Howl's head right now.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sure.
I'm gonna make me a war machine later.
The ultimate one.
Solid. So you guys get it fully taken apart. Flynn, how's it working for you? Is it just like standard? You have all the right tools.
Yeah, I think it's partly that, and then like as they're doing it, she's getting like a little bit nostalgic, because of how she like originally learned how machines worked was by dismantling them when she was really little.
Oh, for sure.
So
yeah, and it's just like go ahead.
Nervous. Oh, sorry. She's nervous, but she's kind of like getting in her own head, which is why Howl's like so much quicker and stuff, because he's not like on memory lane. He's like this, like.
I'm just looking at a big old gun right now.
Yeah.
It's just like Howl and Flynn, both of you. What is one thing that you can take from this right here and add it to the Fishtinger Max? What is one thing, like, and just feel free to completely make it up. Like, what is one thing that this head thing has that you know would be good on the forklift?
Well, it's a war machine. There's so many things that this could have on it. What do you think?
I think maybe like getting down to the actual core of it, maybe it's similar to, or it is one of those crazy nuclear ones, which to Howl's knowledge would probably pump out a shitload of horsepower and make them more agile, nimble, tougher, sturdier, thicker, if you will.
So thick. Yeah, if you guys want to use that as a power source instead of the solar power, because that's how they were designed before, because Lore figured out how solar power works. Lore and Tsoki figured out how solar power works. But yeah, if we want to like, you can't learn how to make those though. They only exist as like a
As like a relic.
Yeah,
as a
from the
relic.
future.
Yeah, a
So
relic from the
maybe-
future / past / other dimension. But you know what? I'd let you pocket one. I'd let you pocket it.
I will pocket anything I can.
Yeah, pocket it. We'll be able to make one really good mech.
War machine.
Sorry, my bad. War machine. All right, and let's put it back together. But now it's trickier. Flynn, you're still rolling 1. Just you roll 1, but Howl, you got to roll 2 and take the lowest, and that is representing making it look like it's put together normal, but having pocketed the core.
My sticky fingers.
I know.
Don't worry, they still don't have theirs taken apart. Oh, they finally have theirs taken apart. So like but you are still in the lead. Like they've dropped it to pieces. So now, even if you fail this one, oh, that's a nat 20 though. Howl fucking just did it.
Yeah.
Be damned.
Yeah.
I think I found my new calling.
He's all about it. Yeah, right? Yeah, I did not do well at all.
Well, think of it this way: Howl would never have been in it if you didn't sign up. So
Yeah.
Howl has learned something new about themselves. Huzzah!
Woo.
Howl's really good at it. Like, Howl, you have the schematics for this machine in your head now.
Yes.
You know how to build this one.
You even got
Like-
the special energy thing for it.
Yeah, you have the special energy thing. Like, you can use whatever metal that you guys want to recreate this. You guys can make, like, what do they call them? Not stamps. Like, molds, you know? For all of these pieces. And yeah, you guys, Fish Tinger, and I'm not saying you guys want to. I'm not saying that this is the path we want to go. But Fish Tinger can start mass producing war machines.
Fuck yeah.
It's like, in the audience, there's a bunch of manatees being like, yep,
My
always knew it.
people, they came
Always
to
knew it.
support me.
Like, so many of them have, like, like, just human, Howl, 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 oh! But it's manatees doing that, so it's funny. Alright, I think we all see, like, Royce, Leo, and Tsoki just kind of beat up and at least very dirty come, like, walking into the arena. Or being carried on their new robot, I'm not sure.
Wait, what do you think, Royce? Walking on robot. Hello?
I can hear you, Leo. He might be AFK for a second, but
Okay.
the next event, if he's AFK, like, then I will do the next event being the slat fight. And we only had Pim and Laura sign up for that, as well as our centrifuge bot. So let me grab them and you. Okay. Oop. I grabbed too many. Alright, Laura and Pim. You guys are set up to do this. Like, inside your... You're in there, trust me. Like, you're in it. You might stand so much taller than this thing, so, like, to make it fair, you have to crouch down to accept the slap. It's like, have you guys seen, like, slap competitions?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, that is literally what we're doing.
Ah,
Like-
okay.
The one robot is chalking up its hands, which is very funny. And then, like, the guy, like, it barely walks. To, like, have it be able to compete, it needs to be able to walk. But, like, it barely does it. It, like, it's so, like, top heavy. Like, as it approaches you all, like, you see it, like, it does a very similar thing with its feet, but, like, this one, like, you see it shoot pistons into the ground to, like, set itself up. And then, like, the top just starts spinning. And this whole thing goes really, really, really fast. And finally, there's the slap. It's a 16. It hits you guys' robot, which has 20 HP. You guys' robot has 20 HP, same as the EXO. It hits you for 4. Now, it hits you so, like, it doesn't break anything. Nothing breaks, but if you guys lose 6 more, something is going to permanently break for this machine. So, like, tap out whenever you want. Just know that if you take a full 10 damage, we're breaking something on the machine. And it stops spinning and puts what's considered its head in the place for you to slap. What does your slap look like?
Take it away, Laura.
It is a two-handed slap because, you know, 4 arms, 4 hands. So it'll start with one of the upper hands starts the momentum, and Laura comes in with the lower hand behind it, just eventually making contact with the upper hand, pushing it even harder
Oh,
before it
a
makes
clap
contact
slap.
with the bot. Yep, clap
You
slap.
clapping them cheeks. All right. Pim and Laura, both roll me a 20-sider if you would. 15, that'll... Oh!
Oh.
Ooh, so close.
Teasing
Who am
you.
I?
I like that we all reacted the exact same way. It seemed like it, like, on the ledge of that one.
It turned out to be a very funny looking one. Look at that.
So like, yeah, it works. We take the higher one of these. So yeah, you guys slap it and it leans, but like restructures itself very quickly because of the pistons in the ground. And like, it's gonna start spinning again. Like you've done. Oh wait, no, you hit it. You've done 8 damage to this thing. Okay, because you hit it with 2 hands. And everybody's just like checking the rules. No, still works. And it gets up to speed so much faster than it did last time. And like the force, you guys can feel it in this room. The whole room feels like it's swaying back and forth. Like, what's that ride? You guys know the ride?
Gravitron?
Yes, that. The Gravitron. Like the whole room is starting to kind of feel like that as it just like slaps the shit out of the what is this mech called? Are we gonna name this one? We'll just call it the Fish Stinger for now. Mark something.
Shiva.
What was that?
Shiva.
Shiva? Alright. Like it slaps Shiva right across the face. And but like you take 4 damage for it, you're down to 12. You can take 1 more of those hits without breaking. But you did 8 to it in your last slap, so what do you got this time? Oh wait, no.
Remember-
Okay, go ahead. No, I'm good.
I was gonna say, so you remember that grapple hand?
I do remember the grapple hand.
We're gonna let out the grapple hand and we're gonna wind it up like a lasso
Yeah.
and then whip it at him.
Okay, like so less like a lasso, more like a flail.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Like, but it circles a couple times like you would, circle a lasso before you throw it.
Oh, yeah, okay. The way that I'm picturing it is like you shoot one hand into the air, and then with the other 3 hands, you're spinning this. So it's like hitting it with 4 hands at the same time.
Yeah.
Because like, all right, I'm gonna take both of you guys as 20s, and I'm really hoping for a 20, honestly, because it'd be hilarious. 3 is not a 20.
What about?
All right, Pim.
16.
16 is a hit. A 16 is a hit. All right. So like, this thing comes down like the hand of God. And like, I think you see the Shiva, this hand of Shiva is like dented into Top Spin's head, like completely, and you rip the top half of its body off of its legs that are still stuck into the ground and unmoving, and just like throw it into the wall, and like out the back door, and it's like everybody loses their mind cheering, except for the guy who you just destroyed his mech. And he's just like, no, I'm still signed up for the marksman's oh.
Can I interest you in some upgrades from Fish Stinger?
I mean, oh, you guys are gonna upgrade. I'm kind of down for upgrades. Wait, did I say that this was the squirrel guy, like the coffee guy? This is his?
I'm pretty sure.
You know what? It could be cool. Like he definitely was pressing the wrong buttons most of that time because of like jittery hands. It's just you know what? I could. It's like, I mean, all is forgiven if you just give me maybe another handful of 2 of those sweet ones, those sweet beans. I could take some sweet beans.
Lore, give the man some beans.
Lord will in fact give the man some sweet beans.
He loves his sweet beans. So wait, who's left in the marksman contest?
How?
Does Howl just win by default?
Aw.
No.
I think if Howl can.
Scrap Heap. Scrap Heap will join this contest.
Oh shit.
That's the big one, right?
That's the
No,
big
that's-
one.
Oh, I thought that was the one that never missed.
Oh shit! No, that's right. You're right. Bot is joining this one, and Bot
Yeah.
never misses.
So Howl, you want to see what that robot can do? Now's your chance.
What that bot do?
What that bot do, exactly.
What it do?
They don't think it be like it is, but it do.
But it do.
Bot it
On the
do.
On the plus side, Howl, you're gonna get second place no matter what, because that guy got last.
Yeah, it's like
I like
Top
the
Spin
positivity.
tries to enter anyway, and like you just see like outside, like the thing, it's just spinning in a circle. He's like, ah,
It just lost the legs. It's just spinning like a top.
yeah.
Womp womp.
It's like, oh, kids might like this. What if I make it into a ride? And he's just out there, super hyped up on caffeine, just.
Oh, deal's a deal.
Oh yeah, Nika will send you those cards. If you play a deal's a deal, like screen cap if you can what you get out of the pack that Nika's gonna send you. So that, because I like to flavor, like, who's mad at you based on those cards.
And in the event you get a deal's a deal again.
Yeah, in the event you get another deal's a deal, I will
Oh, see,
I will try to strike deals.
Mm-hmm.
But if you get a deal with the devil out of that, let me tell you, that's gonna be a riot.
I can only hope.
That would be quite the deal.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He's out there with a roll of duct tape, just making a fucking like playground toy out of Top Spin, and like it's fragile now, everybody. Like we haven't. You know, all of our I don't know, some of you are younger than me, but playgrounds when I was a kid, and I hate saying it like that, but you know, the really bad Ferris wheels, like the all metal ones, and we got like a gravel pit
I
instead
love
of
them.
like wood chips or anything like. Sometimes it's just
Absolutely,
straight pavement. I think in this case, it's not just straight pavement, it's sheet metal, but it's that crimped sheet metal. So, like, if any kid goes flying off of this, they're cheese gratering it.
Classic.
The children are fragile, not this. This thing is fucking solid as hell.
Oh, and could you imagine if it was hot and sunny too?
Oh, if it's hot and sunny, those kids are getting... it's the worst. We're gonna lose a lot of squirrels. Actually, hold on, just 1 second. I didn't know. Nope. Kids are fine. Kids love it. It's the best goddamn ride. No, the fucking kids love it. Like, nobody's worried about it. Everybody thinks this is gonna go great. And, Alor is fucking really... He's just making bank off of this. He is gonna have his very own, like, amusement park / coffee company. He's gonna use Top Spin to also grind the beans. Alright, so in the distance, far down away, Howl, like at the edge of like mortal sight, you see the target.
Excellent.
And like Bot just steps up to it, and you see him like point one hand at it, and it takes him a good long time to like lock in the target, but once he does, like he just goes pew, and it shoots like one of those pneumatic air darts like things, not like a real gun, but it's just they have them in the Olympics. And then just like in the distance you hear just ding, and everybody like gives like little rounds of applause, and the robot just like the creator like has it turn to you, basically doing the robot dance.
Okay.
All right. And how does Howl respond? Like, you see it. You see the target, but it's out there, man.
So, they don't like magic, right? That's a thing.
Yeah, they're scared of magic. Yeah, they don't like it, but you could say that you brought, like, a new test weapon that you just made at Fishtinger, and I'd be cool with that. Like, whatever you want. But they don't like magic.
They said no magic on these competitions, so yeah.
Awesome. So I've been working on a thing, because my hand cannon is more for close to mid-range combat. So maybe I've been working on a little bit of a sniper rifle kind of action going on. So I probably have that with me.
Yeah, Pim has some schematics on sniper rifles that you could like work some upgrades. Pim and Howl, can you both roll me 20-siders? Let's see how this got made. How well this thing got made. Alright, so yeah, fucking Howl, 19. Jesus.
I was on fire tonight.
Yo, let's make it fancier. How worked real hard on that thing. Hold on.
What's the? Yeah, I know it's being made into a 20. So like, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, how? What's the sniper rifle look like, Howl, and what makes it so special?
So it looks a lot like my hand cannon, because I've been digging into the runes that have been tattooed my body, trying to like understand what that's all about. So I'm just kind of guessing that there's some kind of power there. So I think I inscribed the runes on the rifle, and then I probably sat and like meditated a little bit, trying to talk to whatever the fuck is inside of me to see if it could impart some of its power to the rifle.
Oh, absolutely. Tsoki, when you're watching Howl like line up this shot, Tsoki, somehow you are in the perfect position to kind of like look down the scope in reverse. You know what I mean? So you just see a big version of Howl's eye looking, and like the tattoos, like you see this like swirling tattoos all on his arms and stuff. Those are also like lining his eyes. And you don't think it's a ghost in him, but there's somebody else in there other than Howl. And it is setting up the shot for him. And like, you are locked onto this target. You know that you will not miss this shot. No matter how many times you shoot at this, you are never gonna miss this shot yourself.
So just to stick it to Mr. Robot next to me, I'm gonna fire 3 shots and do that like Robin Hood thing where they each go through the same direct middle.
Amazing. And everybody like loses their mind. Greysteel has like binoculars on him, like looking out, and like I think for a second it's just dead silence as everybody heard just a light ping as the first bullet goes through, but then the other two go through the exact same hole. And like nobody knows what the hell happened, and like people like come in, start talking about it in like hushed tones. Howl, you know exactly what just happened. You saw it. And I think the crew, I think you guys are all like on, like you all are powerful enough to see that kind of stuff. Like if this was Dragon Ball Z, you are the ones that can keep up with that, you know? And like there's definitely a moment of like pride situation because you all saw 3 bullets go through the same hole.
That's my boy.
I'm sorry. How did you say the same spot 3 times?
Goddamn right I did. And I
job.
stand the rifle up because it's almost as tall as me, and I blow the smoke off the barrel.
Yeah, absolutely. Blowing the smoke off, and it's like they raise like the thing. It's just like it goes to Howl, and like the who is in charge of?
Was it
Greysteel? Greysteel had by. It's just like it's like goes to Howl, and I can't beat that. Yeah. Fishtinger wins again. You guys are just like laden with fucking gold medals, and each of these gold medals looks very much like it's a gold acorn.
Ooh.
is what it is, and it's heavy. And they're just like, and we have the weightlifting round next. Most of our contestants are out of the picture, sadly. But I assure you that Royce here claims that he can outlift even Scrapyard. Or like, no, wait a second.
Scrap heap.
Scrap Heap.
You got this, sir. Leo will stay away from that mess.
I'm doing like some stretches, just all right. Not a ghost. I'm not a ghost.
Scrap Heap has Dami inside of it, and Dami is like, imagine if Vin Diesel was a squirrel. I'll find this picture. He's terrible. Everybody else made like really cool squirrels for that game, and I made just an embarrassment. Everybody else's squirrel was just like, yeah, we could see that. That's a cool character. And I'm just like, nah. I'm going to make a character that makes me feel like I accidentally scrolled past the fish again. Literally every time I see Akana's fish, I can't handle myself.
You're looking for that. I'm just going to lean over to Howl and just be like, it's a nice little trick you got there. Where'd you learn that?
Learn what?
The runes. Where'd you get your runes from?
That is a fantastic question. I don't know.
Oh my god, Tsoki could help Howl learn what his runes say.
Oh god.
It
Do I know?
never really occurred to me that we have another player that, like, carves runes into himself.
Right.
More character arcs.
It's just like, do they give you some power? Do they?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're the reason that I can do all of the things that I do.
It's a good one. I'll show up. I'll like raise my hand. I got one on my hand, and I'm just like, yeah, I used
this
to do that.
guy.
It's Dami!
This
my
guy.
Everything is perfect.
He's the worst. He's just the worst.
I hate that this is a thing.
Just like, what if I typed into Midjourney, what if Vin Diesel was a squirrel? But they still gave him hair. I had to take him into another program to make him bald.
It mostly understood the assignment.
You may not like it, folks, but this is what peak squirrel looks like, apparently.
This is peak squirrel.
Well, I'll give the mech the first try.
Alright. So, Scrap Heap, walks around and, walks into the dump and comes back, and he points at a thing, and he walks out, and you see him, reach down to pick up a bus. And, he reaches down, pulls it, lifts it above his head, and holds it fully extended above his head. And then, he's gonna try to switch to one arm. This is mostly just a showing off thing. You both have to, lift weight and make it, look cool. He did it. He's not the best. The balance wasn't there, and he had to, put one of his arms up there a couple of times to hold it still, but he still did lift a bus. And so, you can tell me what you find out there and what you want to lift, or you can lift anything else. Anything you can imagine that might be here, go ahead and lift it.
How big are the mechs that they say, wander in from that?
Oh, they're fucking huge. I'll show you one. Okay. So... This is the biggest. It's about the size of, a city, but there are other versions that are anywhere from bus size to skyscraper.
Thinking, I want to find something that's roughly Like a house?
Oh yeah, this house is out there. You want one that people are living in and are currently in there watching Patagon on TV?
Oh, yeah. Let's bring one of the people. We'll bring the people in. I am the people's dwarf.
You are the people's dwarf. We know that. You know what? Everybody is chanting like "People's dwarf, people's dwarf," and like it's fucking like there's like definitely the doom doom tsh, doom doom tsh situation going on. So roll me 220-siders and take the higher. That 18's really good. I was about to say you could stop there if you don't want to roll a 1, but no, the second one was a 10. But like, yeah, so you have this house full of people, a full fucking family inside, like currently watching like Patagon's talk show, like way above your head. What, like, how do you make it like really fancy? Is it just like lifting, or
lift it up?
Spice.
I'd like to put it on one hand and then take a bow with it.
That's sick. But yeah, just in case anybody's worried that, it doesn't make sense if Royce is this strong. Royce is this strong for a lot of reasons. And like, he's earned it, so yes. Yeah, also, he has limit breaks, so he doesn't have to worry about how hard things are. Strong things are.
I'll just break my body and have to sit out for a little bit. It's fine.
Exactly. Tsoki, he is leaking a little bit of greenish flames as he does this.
And
I don't think anybody else sees it.
Right?
What's that?
I was the only one who could see the green ones.
Yep. But I think Scrap Heap is immediately going to try to like pick up the house from your hand. He's going to try to like lift it off of you. He did not. He's about to drop that family. How do we save the family, Royce?
So he's trying to pick it up, and it's like failing.
Oh yeah, totally.
Well, I gotta do what everybody says. I gotta pick up Scrap Heap and the family, one on each arm.
Yeah, all right. Give me 220 sizes. You got Whip Like Jesus going, so yeah. Yeah, go for it. That 12 saved that family. So yeah, you have Scrap Heap in one arm. Like, did you pick him up by the leg, or how did that look? How does that look?
It probably like the foot. Like I got his foot up, and I'm just holding him up, balancing him. Like I'm actually a little. This is straining me a little bit because it's a little like lopsided here.
Oh, it's very lopsided. Scrap Heap is way too heavy. Got those robo cheeks. So yeah,
That's something to walk right back into.
you have one for sure. Do you want to set if you set the house down like carefully, because like, but what do you do with Scrap Heap? So you got Scrap Heap in the air.
Oh well, I'm not that much of an asshole. I'll set him back down to ground. You know, to his reality that he's beneath me.
Oh shit.
Damn.
Dom's just like, he walks like in front of everybody, and he's just like, respect. And he puts his hand out.
I'll shake it. Respect, yeah.
Respect.
Maybe I could give some pointers on how to improve the lifting capabilities.
He's like,
Does Dom give him a beer and call him family?
Dami definitely gives him whatever is considered a Corona, and like it has a slice of lemon in it. Not limes. I don't think limes exist here yet. No, wait. This is fantasy Florida, so they have all forms of citrus down here.
Fantasy
The bottle is mostly slices of different citruses and then a little bit of beer.
You know what? That's on brand for these squirrels.
It's like, and then they call, and it's just like Royce is the winner, the people's dwarf. And then we see, like, there's a quick moment that we see a certain devil in a nice outfit. He's got like 3 hooves going on. He's got like horns, and he's just wearing like a crushed red velvet outfit, like watching everybody with a little applause. And then like you see him like elbow somebody next to him. He's just like, clap for your friend, Alder. And you see Alder, who has gotten the shit kicked out of him. Alder is covered in bruises, not wearing his cowboy hat, not wearing any of his jewelry. And he's just like, the people's dwarf. That's right, the people's dwarf. As like he is applauding.
Oh.
Alder double-crossed some devils, so Alder's he's in a hell of his own devising.
Ouch.
Always knew he'd end up there eventually.
All right, so it's just like, and now for the finale, and we don't have to like do like a long, like a long thing here, but who's fighting? And like obviously not a lot of people, because we destroyed multiple mechs in the process of doing this. Like, Red is here for the final fight. We have Adli, who is forklift certified, has their forklift. We have the Shiva, and we have the Scrap Heap is still here, and our Punchbot is still here as well.
And I believe me and Leo's bot is here now too.
Oh yeah, you and Leo's bot's here too. And we have bot.
I think Tsoki's signed up for this one as well.
Oh yeah, okay. Tsoki, you forklift? Are you just like using a forklift, or are you using like a branded forklift?
I'll use my branded forklift, which I'll nickname the Phantom 1.
Phantom 1? Okay. Absolutely. I'm going to use the other art that I grabbed for it, if you don't mind.
Yeah, that's fine.
Leo, did we come up with a name for the bot?
Not yet, sir. No, we have not.
You got any ideas?
I think I might have. Give me a second.
Did you guys ever play Steambot Chronicles?
No. Never heard of it.
What?
But
Nobody's
also-
ever heard of Steambot Chronicles? That game's amazing.
I would also like to throw in
Sorry, what was that?
Oh, I said I would also like to throw in, because I am also forklift certified.
Absolutely. We got 2 standards and a model Phantom, and then whatever we're naming our smokestack bot.
All right, he was a smokestack. This gives me. Okay.
Not Topspin, though. Topspin's out. Sorry, Topspin. You really tried. You slapped the shit out of him for a minute.
What about Junkbot?
The smoke show is what I was thinking, honestly.
Ooh.
Which one?
The smoke show.
Smoke show. What do you
See, I
think?
kind of didn't put the there, though. I kind of just said smoke screen or smoke show. It's the that really makes it for me.
The Smoke Show. No, I'm down for it.
Smoke show. You can go.
All
with
right. So everybody roll 20 like everybody in this roll 20 siders, and like we're just gonna take the higher until we have a winner situation, and we can definitely RP how this fight how it goes. An 18 is gonna be tough to beat.
All right, Royce, go. Oh, but we got
A
another
second
18.
18, Adli and Royce in the lead so far. 13's pretty good. 16's pretty good. It's Leo, you and Royce roll the same for like yours. Like Leo rolls with Royce for their
okay.
mech. The same way that Pim and Lore roll for theirs.
Okay, I wasn't sure how it worked. Thank you. Woo!
Well, the 18's still good. Okay. I am going to roll for everybody else. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 of them.
5 D20s. We got a 19,
Okay.
a 1.
I have 2 19s. I have a 1. Like, all right. Which one of them rolled a 1, and which one of you fucking destroyed that one?
I feel like it would have to be one of the 18s that took down that 1 so soundly.
It's gotta be you and Royce.
Uh-oh. Well, Royce, who's the smoke show going to absolutely demolish?
Is it Scrap Heap?
Yeah, we can fuck Scrap Heap right on up.
He overexerted himself lifting, and we just fuck him up.
Just fucking stubby leg yourselves on over there. Like,
Hell yeah.
What's the attack look like?
Let's see, attack wise. Let's see. Okay, it's going to use it's a patented smoke. We patented this shit. Don't you worry. It's using the smoke to like basically form like a little screen around Scrap Heap. It might not matter much in the grand scheme of things because we know that. Well, no wait. Does he pilot this one or is he control it from the outside?
Control all of them. Control them from the outside. None of them have like a interior pilot situation. They're all remote control. You guys are the outliers by being inside these things.
Okay, then all right. So what's gonna happen is and if you follow what I'm trying to go with this, Alan, thank you. I will appreciate it. Basically, like the smoke screen covers the Scrap Heap entirely. Like nobody sees what happens as the smoke show comes in, and with its arms, it starts attacking like relentlessly and just breaking it apart bit by bit. And the way it doesn't like move. It doesn't necessarily move because of its stubby legs, so it just kind of like rolls and slides on over. Think of a certain Street Fighter character that you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are you raging demoning this thing?
Yeah,
do you
right,
guys on the back of it? Do you just have like the kanji symbol for higher on your back and just like pose?
I was gonna say I thought I was just gonna be the kanji for smoke because he is the smoke show.
That's fair too. That's fair too.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
So like when the smoke clears, all you see is the robot like basically broken apart entirely with the smoke show just standing like next to it with the kanji symbol like on its back.
Hell yeah, we didn't come in last.
Like I feel so bad for Flynn. Like, when did somebody give you a forklift certified in this match, or were you certified before?
I was certified before.
Oh, okay, I didn't know if you were certified before, but like you did roll the lowest, and I don't want it like the lowest that it isn't like 2 people rolling for 1, and I don't want to like make it seem like it's picking on you, but it is the way that the dice have worked out that one of them have a 20 because Imperial's very mean.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I already knew that I rolled bad, so I was expecting.
So like I think it's the punch. Like you see him like he aimed at he was aiming at Smoke Show, but like they fucking like clouded his vision. It's like looking all over the place. Sees Flynn going for an attack. Who was Flynn trying to attack?
I think that maybe she was just actually hadn't gone for an attack yet because she was distracted by the attack that Leo and Royce had made.
Oh yeah, that smoke show was just too cool.
Yeah. So then she just go boom.
Yeah, like right the fucking like you know those scenes in movies that are fucking. I'm so sick of seeing them, but it's the car coming at the screen and all of a sudden a truck hits it from the side to like give you a big old spoop. It is literally that scene, but with a fist. And like, you're in there. You're inside this thing.
No. It kind of sucks. At least I didn't get like punched by it like with my regular body immediately.
Absolutely, you didn't get punched. Like you go into the wall. And like you see both Throttle and Knife, like the second like you yowl or meow when you hit the wall, like oh no.
It's like we maybe didn't have to go that hard.
Shit, they're inside them, guys. They're inside them. Oh, we probably shouldn't. I'm sorry.
She's like can't even respond because there's like stuff in the way, so she's just like saying to herself, "It's fine."
Tsoki running over in a nurse's uniform, like I got you.
Put the nurse's hat on my
yeah, like nurse's hat on.
Nurse Tsoki.
Oh no, Tsoki's in it. Tsoki's in the thing, so it's gotta be Howl. Like Howl's dressed.
Wee woo, wee woo.
Wee woo, wee woo.
They definitely have ambulance lights for like the medic team running over.
To make them obvious,
oh, no, Flynn.
Okay, but this still works out in Fishtinger's favor because then when everyone sees Flynn get out of it, it's like, oh man,
fine. Yeah,
those things can take a lot of damage.
This puppy can take a lot of damage.
So we know
so much damage in this bad boy.
Alright. Who rolled the? Alright, Starless. How do you take out whoever rolled that 7? Or Adli, how do you take that one out?
I think it's Adli does, this was in the random dance again. Adli just, because they're shorter than the other robots, just grabs one of them around the waist and twirls, but instead does that, like, the Street Fighter whirling throw, just yeets it into the wall.
Sorry, which one was it, though? Sorry.
Oh,
you have
I
Bot,
don't know.
who's right here. Bot is the smallest. Oh, there's 2 bots.
Oh no, I'm going for one of the bigger ones.
Okay, we have Red, and we have. You can't avenge on them because they got the 20. So we can say Red got the 7.
Okay, yeah, I'll go for. I mean, I was up against Red before, right? Red's
Yeah, you
the
sure
really
were.
big one. Yeah, so if that's the case, I probably can't even reach the waist. I'm just gonna grab a leg and then whirling throw Street Fighter that into the wall.
Oh, Giant Swing? Yeah, Giant
Yep.
Swing's a Tekken situation. Don't you worry though. SBD is what Zangief would do. He'd be grabbing you, but like it's a little too big. Don't you worry. I know Street
I'm
Fighter.
sorry about that. I feel so
No, it's
bad I
fine.
messed that up. Fuck.
You're fine. Alright, so the Shiva, which rolled a 2 and a 13, which is lower than the 16, but since it's still a success, Bot is just like pew pew, and like it's just bouncing off you guys, but as you swing, you guys can't get the finishing hit on them. Like, what's it look like to not be able to finish off this tiny little asshole who just keeps like shooting you in the face, doing no real damage other than just being incredibly annoying?
I'm gonna reach out with one hand and just crush his shooting hand.
Excellent. So like you crush that hand, but it like detaches it and gives you the finger with the other one. Like it flips you off and then points that at you like it's a gun and like lowers its thumb. And like that's the strongest shot it's ever done, and it pushes Shiva back some. All right, Tsoki, it's on you. You rolled higher than Bot did. You can finish him off, or you could take this opportunity to make an attack on one of your friends.
So I think while I was building this mech, the marquee had like an idea. That's something that's like really stupid that Tsoki wouldn't normally consider putting into a mech. Do you have any ideas what the marquee would think about?
Oh, the
It's
marquee.
like really fanboy-y, but not like really practical.
Why does it have 3 katanas?
Super edgy. I see.
Oh, not 3 katanas. Why does it have a katana that is like a bloodborne weapon that transforms into a scythe? Because we're already doing the 3 swords with somebody else.
That's so cool. That's why.
It's so cool. It's like it's definitely your lightsaber situation. Same technology. Like you can hold it like it's a sword, but if you want to, it will transform into like Death Scythe.
Yeah. It's good thinking. I'm cutting bot in half.
Oh shit!
It's like I'm not gonna sucker punch anybody. We gotta have a fair fight here. Honor and all that.
For sure. Like Alloy is just Alloy. No, it is Gray Steel. But no, as like bot fall, like the line appears and then you guys just see and like it's got to be like the darkest green lightsaber, right?
Yeah.
And like it has the line across it, and then you guys just watch it like slide apart, and then like the Phantom turns around as the scythe goes out, and then just 2 explosions behind him. And the Marquis is like, yes!
And I'm just like, I can't believe that fucking worked.
They called me an edgelord.
Yeah.
They took away my kingdom for wanting that. All I wanted was laser swords and laser scythes.
And now we have it.
All right, everybody. So there is one of you has been taken out. The Punch-O-Matic is still in the fight. Knife and throttles, but everybody, give me rolls, and we are just looking for the highest number. I rolled a 4. Tsoki rolled a 17.
There's 3 4s, and there's a. Oh wait, no wait. Royce got a 12 to replace my 4. Whew, thank goodness.
17 the highest?
17 is the highest.
Tsoki wins.
Who do you take out? Oh no, wait. Let's go in order.
Yeah, it's like I think you're the lowest.
I'm a 4. I'm the lowest. So the next lowest is a 12, which is Royce. Royce, how do you take out the Punch-O-Matic?
How ironic. The Punch-O-Matic gets punched out.
just decking it, just full on like to the fucking face.
Yeah, just like bing, bing, bing. It just sounds like the bell going off every time it hit.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, if you notice, I'm looking at that robot. The left arm, if you could move it to the side a little bit, the smoke show. If you notice, the arm seems backwards. That's not on accident. It's using that round section as like a sort of like brass knuckle situation. Because if you notice, the front has these 2 like rings on the front. Right.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah, for sure. And you should punch the shit out of that. Starless, did you roll? Adli rolled a 12. All right, Adli, how do you take out the smoke show? Like while they are busy, like beating the shit out of this robot and beating the shit out of Punch-O-Matic.
I feel so bad hitting my teammates.
Do it.
No
mercy.
It's alright, we scrabbled this together from scraps.
The fact that we made it to the second round is amazing.
Okay. Well, I gotta make this look good because it's Leo and Royce. So I think it literally comes down to just MMA style, just freaking Hail Marys and kicking each other in like the chest, and at the end of it, it's one of those, if you've ever seen like one of those, it's not a pretty uppercut. it's one of those really like the elbow grates against the chest and you just clock the person under the jaw, and that sends it up and flying.
No. Wait, I forgot. There's a robot fight. You gotta get the echo going.
KO!
And the final little bust of smoke just sputters out of it, and then it just goes still.
Ah, well, we tried, sir.
Sorry,
The Marquis
Leo!
whispers. The Marquis whispers to doesn't even whisper because nobody else can hear it. To Tsoki, he's just like, see, the one I was in was better. I knew it was better. Just fucking whip me out of that. Like you guys just should have piloted that one.
Adli overcomes like, I'm sorry, Leo. I'm sorry, Royce.
Not bad for a pile of scrap.
Yeah, I think it went pretty well. I wonder if we could improve upon it further, sir.
Hey man,
Alright.
I think we could
I
get
gotta
better
do-
materials. Might give the fish tingers a run for their money.
Competing mech companies. All right, Lore and Pim. How do you defeat Adli? Like you beat her, you beat him at tag already. How are you gonna like? Can you? And your number says that you win. What's it look like?
I would like to pick up the forklift and use it like a dart and just chuck it in so it sticks into the wall.
But the ear is just like boing.
Yep.
Ouch.
Adley just using their hands and the out thing trying to get out of it, but they're stuck in it and they can't get out of the suit because it's a 2-person job.
I'll get you out later, I promise.
It's fine. I'll just burn the AP for lift to yank my head out.
All right,
Look,
Tsoki.
we gotta show off.
Okay.
I gotta show off the lift arm. I'm gonna yank myself out of the wall with that.
Oh, for sure. Like you yank yourself out of the wall, but like when you hit the ground, it doesn't have enough juice to keep going.
Oh yeah, no. I just wanted it to look good for Pim and Lore. Make the littler mechs look good for Fish Stinger.
Oh, for sure. All right, Tsoki. How do you and the Phantom One take down Lore and Pim in the Shiva?
And real quick, I want to add, while we are not
Oh
making this.
no!
Oh
This
no,
is for
perfect time for
Tsoki.
Oh,
We're
for
giving
Tsoki.
Tsoki
Okay,
the
okay.
credit. Yes. We
I was
are
gonna
not
say-
making this
Counterattack.
easy. We are not making this easy, like making it
Yeah.
look like it was easy for him, but we're making him look as good as possible while
All
he
right,
takes
yeah.
down this mech.
So, what I was imagining, and if you were gonna counter me with that, I was gonna play a rank up on myself. So you better watch out with the cards here. So I was thinking, Tsoki probably had a hand in it, at least designing your mech. So Tsoki's got to systematically disarm you.
Literally.
So yeah, but since I know what it is, I'm not gonna like fully damage anything. So I'm just gonna like cut it at like the weak points where it's just barely hanging on. So like you go in for a punch, I dodge out of the way, I run up the arm, cut one off. I stay up in the air. You try to jump up and grab me out of it. I'm dodging, aerial roll down, cutting off another arm. And then all of a sudden I'm underneath you, cutting off both legs. So now you're just torso, 2 arms left. And I wait for you to take another swing at me. Dodge out of the way. Next arm. Your last arm comes swinging at me. Just jumping up into the air. My mech can, fly, and I just kind of do the like backflip up in the air, and then just dive bomb your last arm off.
I saw
And
that
then
production value.
And then I'm just standing on your head as I'm just like, this thing's pretty handy.
Your Marquis like, I told everybody.
It's like, sorry, boss, and boss.
I'm just cheering in there because I'm stoked.
You know, just Laura and Pim are just high-fiving inside the robot.
We make sick shit.
Goddamn right.
All right. Can everybody roll me a 20-sider?
But say, I swear to God, if I rolled another 13 this game.
Hey, Tsoki.
Hey.
One, that roll looked very
That
scary.
one-
close to a
that-
one.
Yeah.
That suspiciously looks like a 1 to me.
That was some creepy shit.
All I see is 19. All right.
1
Yeah,
success, 2 success, 3 success, 4 successes, 2 failures, and 1 mix. That is a greater success than it is a failure. This town loves you all. Like,
Yay.
Dendroid is just like fucking sick, especially Tsoki with that finishing. And like everybody's like cheering him on, and just like it's just like Tsoki, and like everybody is just like. And this is like the town that a minute ago was just like, fuck this dude, he's too clean. But we see Flint and Tin just fucking round of applause, like clapping with their whole chest situation, you know? Oh yeah, Tsoki got that to 19 to a 20 for sure. Like, there are like, everybody's having a great time. There's a huge party after this. Knife and Throttle come and like help Flynn out of her suit and just like ask, "You okay? Sorry about that. Sorry."
It's all part of it. It's fine.
Yeah,
Adli's
but like
going-
we usually don't hit people.
Adli's
Didn't
going
really hit
over
me,
to
it's fine.
Flynn. Just look at
Pim
them and
has
be
just,
like,
like-
look, that's tough stuff, see?
Pim has like picked up Tsoki and is carrying him on her shoulders, just like bouncing around, cheering. It's like, I love this place. Oh my gosh.
Place is pretty cool.
Leo, during the party, he's gonna ask
Yeah,
a
we're-
few questions
we're
about the
two-man
folks and
carrying
see
Tsoki.
what are people's opinions on like the mechs and stuff. Like, and if anybody might want to like perhaps join in making these mechs with the group, with the crew and Fish Stinger. I know that the folks of Dendroid are averse to the magic, so so if they don't want to go, I can understand. But perhaps our folks from Hammerpaw might be interested, perhaps in joining for like making mechs.
Those two already work at Fish Stinger.
Yeah, they already work for us.
Okay,
We already
so
got
that's my
it.
mistake. Okay,
Yeah.
then I can't count them.
No,
But yeah,
no, it's okay.
Then I'll talk about the Dendroid folks about it. Say if any of them are interested in like joining, like making mechs and stuff. If not, and maybe part of the crew or part of Fish Stinger, whichever one. But
They are.
if any of them are curious about it.
It's possible. I could see an enlist card being used on one of them, any of them in particular. Like if somebody gets an enlist, then they want one of them. Just let me know which one you want.
Laura's giving
But
more
for the-
girls coffee.
Right.
Yeah, for that dude, fucking Elor is about that life. He's grinding coffee on a fucking homemade gravitron. He's in a situation. But yeah, I mean, I think of all of them, the most interested to join the crew and like the one that's giving it the most thought is definitely Drags.
Drags, gotcha. So he will let them know and provide like certain things here and there, like certain instructions how to get there safely and all that jazz. Because if they're gonna possibly enlist, they gotta know where to go, how to get there, certain things like that.
Oh yeah,
Pim's gonna
Drags is
hand
just
her,
like
a business card.
Oh,
she
what
she
what
looks
are
at
those
it front and back. She's like, all right, yeah. I mean, the elevator in Happenstance is fixed now. That was you guys, right?
Yes, I was a part of that repair personally, actually.
Repairman and dance crew. Heard
Oh,
about
you
you. There's a group from Happenstance here just yelling for the queen.
For the queen. Yes, that yes, I suppose I am involved in that a little bit too. But yes, if you're interested, please come by to the symbol. We would
We'll
love to
stop
have you.
by. Like, I can't do Akana's voice in calling her in for this, like, small scene. So, but, like, yeah. Royce, are you taking Smoke Show back? Are you guys...
I mean,
Are you literally bringing that thing back?
Is it not allowed?
No, it's fine. Like, nobody owns anything as far as, like, they're concerned. As far as the folks in Dendroid are concerned, you own what you can hold on to.
Listen, when we get back to the thimble, we're gonna walk in. They're gonna be like, "What's that?" I'm gonna be like, "Just metal. Don't worry about it.
It's a smoothie.
It's a smoothie." Yeah.
All right. Well,
So, Howl, what are you doing at this party? Like, your eye doesn't burn, but it's seeing things incredibly clearly. Like, you can see the wings on a fly, like, buzzing around in, like, hyper detail.
Howl's definitely drinking and just looking around the room like he's on some kind of crazy trip if everything looks that clear right now.
It's almost like if you focus on it, you can basically bring something closer to you. Like, you can zoom in with your eye, specifically your right eye.
I'm focusing in on everything I possibly can. Very excited on this new scope in my eye.
Sick. And Adli and Flynn, you two are all healed up from, like, this situation. It's definitely Adli. It's definitely a little sore from the day before. But what are you two doing in this here situation?
I was actually gonna avoid the party because one of the things that I do know is since Adli does have a nuclear core, I want to see if I can use that to channel just energy to power that mech.
I know it's part of your character, but there's no way I can let that rock. Like, that's too much power for just like
No, that's cool. I wanted to test it.
Okay, yeah. It's just I gave you two of them. I don't know what I did with Flynn on this page, and all of a sudden I realized that she was missing.
I'm a ghost.
I'm a spooky ghost.
Spooky cat.
Oh, too many 13s. I'm a ghost.
Woo!
She's just hanging out in the party, and you know, the Hammer Podcats came up to her and tried to like apologize and stuff, and then she started talking to them about the actual mechs themselves. She's like, "I'm gonna show you exactly how not hurt I am. Look at all the look at all these features we got on this new model here."
Pim's just like, good girl, good girl.
I'm just gonna keep putting like the half bodies over top of these like people that they put there. Yeah, for sure. And Lauren, Pim, like, who you guys you handed business cards to Drags. The most senior person, again, it's kind of lawless here, like, and literally you own what you can hold on to. Like, that is how they work. But the senior most person is definitely like Gray Steel. Like, he's here, and he's a little sad about you guys fucking, like, well, Tsoki fucking bot up so goddamn hard. But he's just like, ugh. And he says, you guys are gonna have to come back for next year's situation. You're all invited. And he, like hands you guys next year's, bracelets, which this time, because you're gonna be VIPs, these ones were forged here. And they are, like, they are not gold, but they are, like, very, very nice. No rust on these ones.
Oh,
And, like,
thank
all
you.
of you get one. Like, you did... Oh, go ahead.
No, it was like, thank you, sir. We would be honored to come back here. It was
The honor would be all ours. Oh, sorry, continue. Sorry.
No. He just said it. He was just saying thank you.
And like, if you guys got a bit of a mech like a little like robot fighting situation up north, maybe we could stop by. Just like, what do you think about some like, maybe we all get along. Like,
Absolutely. Sir, I love your city. This is amazing. I love this place so much. I would love to come here as much as possible. Have you considered allowing the train to come this way?
a train? Now you would have to. That's a dangerous prospect. As he like pulls out the rules, but it also has a map in it, and it's just like, would your train be able to go down a straight cliff? I imagine that'd be very difficult, but the engineering could be a marvel. It does seem like it might be safer to land on the high rocks over in the whale falls. It's like for safety. That way you wouldn't have to pass the robots. But then you would still have to deal with the lippy crabs. And I'm not sure if the mantis shrimp and keening are keen on any of you right now. Do you have any relationship with the keening? Have you traded with the mantis shrimp yet?
Have we?
That's a
you
question I keep
promised?
forgetting to ask. We haven't gone and fixed their problem yet, have we?
Sure haven't.
We really need to do that.
Sure do.
Well,
Now,
we
if
should
I
definitely
remember
go talk to
correctly-
them, but it does sound like you know your stuff. Would you be interested on helping with the development? If we can get everything keen with keening?
If you can get the agreements, I will sign on the dotted line. He wipes his hand on his shirt, then spits in his hand and puts his hand out.
Tim does the exact same thing.
And like, he's got a grip. Like, he's got a good grip. He just like shakes your hand like solidly. It's like, excellent. And now we drink. And he like does the like rounds on the house thing, and everybody just cheers.
Way.
Tim also takes her drink outside to play on the roundabout thing that the
merry-go-round.
Oh yeah. Roll me a 20 side if you're gonna ride on the fucking gravitron.
The tilt-a-whirl.
Tough choice.
Tough choice. Do you get hurt or do you throw up?
Oh, I throw up.
Oh god.
Excellent.
Ooh.
That means it's
And
doing
it's
its job
just-
very well.
Tilt her hole.
Laura's just gonna shoot down her coffee and go ride it with Pink.
Yeah, all right. One more 20-sider.
Do it. Ooh.
Oh god, you get hurt and you throw up.
The fish
Dude,
singer girls
is
just
it-
out here hurling together
here
like,
hurling.
woo!
Too much coffee.
Both of you just holding your hair back. Each one of you holding the other person's hair back as you throw up.
Ugh.
Just taking turns.
It's a bonding
And then we get-
experience.
Then we get done, we're just like, I want to go again!
Oh,
We both
Lordy.
just immediately hop back on.
It's like, all right, let's.
That's just how they're spending their day.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think with that, the screen fades to black. So you guys are going to be stuck in Dendroid for at least like a couple of days. Not like you don't have to like be stuck here for the rest of the month or anything, but you guys will be here for when tomorrow's game happens.
Oh darn, not that.
Gotcha, gotcha.
No.
Tomorrow's game, where does it take place? Again? Just to make sure I'm not getting it. Oh, over in Pixel.
Partridge.
Got it. Gotcha. So whatever's happening over there, we don't know because we're too busy partying over here.
Exactly.
Okay. Wouldn't be the first time Leo's out of commission for a game or two.
Mhm.
And for final confirmation, because I remember something played at the beginning.
For sure.
Drags. She was interested but did not join right away. Is that correct?
She will not join right away. If you guys can convince her to join, then I will cover the bounty. I will give you guys all rewards for the bounty. But there's 8 of you, so please don't expect like a huge reward. There's 8 of you. 9
That's
if we
fair.
count that the bounty.
That's fair.
Also, like, Drags is Akana's character, so I
Yeah.
don't want to like agree. But Drags is the most likely to leave because a lot of the people from Dendroid love Dendroid. Like they're happy here. They fucking
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah, exactly. Leo didn't want to drag them away from here if they didn't want to go. You know what I mean? That's
I
not
can
how
totally
this works.
see why.
And they love Tsoki now, so that's wild. We're gonna have to scratch off some things real quick, but let me I'm gonna do a recap of how today's game went. It's actually mostly very simple. We went to Dendroid to compete in the Robot Olympics. You guys won the Robot Olympics, like hands down, just without a question. Tsoki won the Battle Royale section of that. We met some amazing squirrels. Tsoki changed their opinion on him. They all love them, love you guys. Reputation for Dendroid is gonna be a +3. I'm gonna put that right there for right now. And Tsoki, Royce, and Leo found basically a nuclear reactor and almost made it explode, but it was made of technology matching a much more advanced version of Royce's tech that in the sub, which just keeps happening. We should really stop letting people on that thing. And then Royce and Leo built a robot out of scrap parts and got close to winning. They made it to the second round. Adli turns out is an amazing dancer in the
Forklift?
Yeah, in the forklift. Sorry, Mika messaged me right at the same time. It's because I say recap and then I immediately go into it. I'm supposed to let it rock a little bit. Adli's an amazing dancer in the forklift. The Phantom 1 is really good. It's a little edgelord for some people. It's gonna be a real niche market, Tsoki. You understand?
Yeah, it's me. It's for me. I built it for me.
Yeah, okay, excellent. But yeah, you got a ghostly scythe / also still just very much katana. Because it's a lightsaber situation, it doesn't matter which side the blade's on, because both are just lightsaber. Royce is stronger than a giant robot. We've confirmed.
At great personal risk to myself.
At great personal risk to yourself. Royce's wraith form is also a little dangerous now. It's a little ghosty. It's a little scary. We know that the forklifts are amazing. Flynn has made closer friends with Knife and Throttle. I think the whole night of the party night is going to be just those two hanging out with you, making sure that you're okay. Not just because they hit you, but because you are a cat person and a much smaller one, and they're supposed to take care of the smaller ones. That is literally their job, is to watch out for, the more diminutive of the cats.
Mm-hmm.
Laura and Pim, other than throwing up like crazy, have set up really good trade deals with Dendroid, and if you guys can get acceptance from Keening, they would happily help you build the railroad. And these people are the people you want helping you build that thing. They can make fucking gold out of shit kind of situation. They're amazing. Yeah, the city looks kind of shitty, but other than the stadium that they built 2 days ago, everything stands. Howl's got a weird spirit or something in his head that allows him to lock onto targets now. And a bunch of manatees that have fully accepted him as their savior. I'm sure that'll be fine. And now we're gonna scratch off some pets. What do we got? Who got what?
Alright. I didn't have this prepared ahead of time, so if it's janky the second it comes up, it's fine.
Let me get my pet thing. Oh, here we are. Okay. What numbers we got?
So, I don't remember exactly what Midnight rolled. I think it was a 9, maybe. But he opted to go down to 4. So we're going to start there.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Why are they all so fucking cute?
Oh my god, aww.
This is
Prism, I believe?
Prism. Mm-hmm. Prism is a species of dog called a raindrop, like a rain pup, but drop.
Oh my god.
Or like raindrop, but pup.
Adorable.
They are from the space between Sonnery and Folksong. You can see them in either place. Prism is a cheerful raindrop that adores playing in puddles and creating miniature rainbows wherever they go. Its watery nature makes its natural companion for aquatic adventures. If you have Raindrop, if you have Prism with you, then they can swim and you can hold on to them. No matter how big you are, they will swim straight to the bottom. It's like having one of those like personal like motor things that they have underwater sometimes. That's what Prism can do. It also can create rainbows whenever you want. All right, what other numbers we got?
Then Kole rolled a 14.
That's a high one. Okay.
Uh-huh. So
Yeah, that's you. That's you.
Oh
Oh no! I know what 14 is.
Okay.
Kole, I would like to introduce you to Sludge. Sludge is an ooze owl. They are from Sonnery, the spooky side. Sludge is a mysterious ooze owl with inky feathers that seem to absorb the light. This aquatic bird is known for its large owl-like eyes but octopus-like beak and tentacles. It has a mysterious aura. Sorry, I'm just going to change that word. And is known for its ability to navigate through murky waters. It can release an ink that will blind everything in the area.
Neat.
Also, it doesn't have to swim. It can fly. But it's real gross. Did anybody else?
Yep, and Cash rolled a 17.
Okay.
This one is like, it's
Oh,
like
no.
physically painful.
Oh, no.
For me. It's so cute. Like, they're all adorable, but like, dear God, this thing is such cute patoots.
This is Pounce. It is the species Ghost Paw. It's from a region called Thresholm, which is in Sonnery. Pounce is an energetic, ghostly ghost paw that can pass through solid objects. Its playful nature often leads to it surprising its companions by suddenly appearing in unexpected places. You can use them as a scout. That is what Ghost Paw can do. But like they cannot be hurt when they're intangible, so like we do not remove the plot armor from that. Was that everything?
Yeah, that's all of them. But adorable.
Right. That seems to be everything for tonight.
Yeah. So we're gonna wrap
Did I
up here.
disconnect?
Hello? Hi.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Okay,
everything.
excellent.
Yep, we're gonna wrap up here. We will see y'all tomorrow for the last game of the game weekend, if that's what you want to call it. With Forge, Gemini, Karam, and Vatna, I believe. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I don't want to say anything about it. It is Forge's like game cartridge game, and I'm looking forward to it immensely. When we realized what we were gonna do with it, we both got very excited. So
It's going to be very good.
Red Crystal Redeems. I don't know what that is that we're referencing, but I would be happy to answer.
Redeems.
Oh, just channel points. Just channel points.
Yeah.
I tried to cut out the ones that like don't make sense anymore, but it's just that. It's like
Oh, I think they're
hydrate.
talking about the gushers, the ones that have the gushers up.
So you all did amazing.
Yeah, that's
I know,
fantastic.
I know 8 people in one game is like a lot to ask, but I really felt like you all needed to be here. You know, like how am I gonna have a robot game without Fishtinger, and how am I gonna do Rock'em Sock'em without Flynn? You know.
It's true. It's true.
And there's a couple characters that like I also think, but they already have multiple games this month, and I
Trying to keep it balanced.
as much as I'd
make
like
sure-
to see Forge in this one, as much as I like to see Tarkus in this one, I got plans for them throughout the month, and I need Tarkus in that Thursday game because it's gonna be sick as
I
shit.
can't wait.
All
Alright,
so
so
thank you guys all
we-
so much. And
Yeah.
I gotta piss.
We're gonna heck off here. We will see you guys tomorrow. Bye forever.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
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 Bye.